All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Awfully Silly. My name is Conception. I'm host of the show here. I hope everyone has had a fantastic weekend in the past 2 weeks since I've seen you last. I know I have. So, yeah, today, Awfully Silly is going to be getting a little blasty today. But before we get into what exactly that might mean, want to go over a few key announcements here that we got going on. So, GDQX returns to TwitchCon 2023. This is going to be October 20th through the 22nd. If you're interested in doing a run, speedrun submissions are open through 11:59 p.m. Eastern, August 27th. At gdqx.gamesdonequick.com if you're interested in submitting some runs to that. Runners who are accepted will receive a TwitchCon badge and the opportunity to showcase their speedruns on the Games Done Quick stage at TwitchCon. If you want, feel free to type in !GDQX in the chat for more information on that. We appreciate it. Now, as I said, we kind of got started here. I kind of let the cat out of the bag a little bit. We're getting awfully blasty. We got two runs on tonight that feature blasting in some form, and the first one is not at all going to be surprising to you, I think. The first one is going to be Blaster Master 2. And it's going to be run by David TKI. David, the floor is yours, for better or for worse.
Hello, everyone. I can't believe I'm on this show again. This is, my fourth appearance now?
Fourth time. You're the Four Timers Club, yeah.
It's probably not going to be the last. All right, so we've got Blaster Master 2 for the Genesis. And Conception, I think you told me before the show started that you were only kind of vaguely familiar with the original.
Yes.
Well, Unfortunately, same deal with the devs. They were not given time to actually research the original, so that's going to come across a little bit in the game. But let's go ahead and get ourselves ready to set up. So we get this little starting menu before we begin. We've got sound test, controls. We're going to go ahead and bump credits up to 6. That just gives us more continues. And then we'll go ahead and get this started. I think control is supposed to start on control, but I don't remember. So let's just go ahead and start when I press start. So let's go ahead and start in 3, 2, 1, go. So,
right.
Yeah, the original Blaster Master is well remembered for this music. This one, not so much. All right, so here's how quickly I fire when I hold down the fire button. It's not very quick, and I'm actually just going to be mashing it a lot more because that's just way better. So yeah, we'll be doing our little side scroller here, and then we're going to get a little sub-weapon here, and we're going to find that we have loading screens on cartridge. And the vehicle kind of just is a little bit bouncy. You got to get used to that just a bit. Aiming's kind of hard here. All right, so I'll just go here for a bit, use that special weapon, and the special weapons are pretty good, a lot better than they are in the original. So we're going to go here and fight the boss here. Are you ready for this boss music? I don't think you're ready for this boss music.
No, I'm not.
Isn't this wonderful? This is your boss music, and yeah, this is just a worm that goes back and forth, and I'm going to be spamming my button here to try and take it out as quickly as possible. Yeah, you got to have good mashing skills for this game, so most of my practice has been on emulator with an auto fire button just to make sure I don't strain my hands, but I am playing on the console with a real controller today. So, yeah, that first boss, by the way, to go through a doorway, you have to press up and A.
Oh, lovely. Wonderful controls. But also, my mind is just blown that you had honeycomb and bumblebee type music in that boss fight, and it was a worm. Not a bee? Like...
Yeah. Well, it did drop an upgrade, which is going to be something that allows me to shoot through these blocks. And it does improve the speed of fire when I hold down the button. It is faster now.
Oh,
Unfortunately, it's still faster to mash it, and I need to be very careful here. In the original game, the tank and Jason had separate life bars, but in this game, they share a life bar. So,
There's the bee.
yeah, there's the bee. So I am going to take an intentional health refill here just to make sure I can deal with this boss. And I'm going to do that by standing under it, mashing, and then killing it before it kills me. Great boss design, right?
Yeah, that's a good strategy.
Hey, it works.
General, it's a good idea to kill the boss before it kills you, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a very good strategy. And this boss is going to drop a key that will allow me to get to the next stage. But first, I'm going to go ahead and get to my tank. And it's down and C to enter the tank or exit it. Down. Wait, is that right? Yes, down and C. But at the end of each stage, we're going to have an overhead section. And like, if the side scrolling was like, it's kind of okay, this overhead controls very poorly. So you are even more bouncy in these overheads than you are in the side scrolling, and your turret is controlled independently. You have to press B to rotate it left or C to rotate it right.
Oh.
And you are, yeah, yeah,
awful.
It's pretty, it's something, all right. These overhead sections take a lot of time to get used to, and they're usually some of the most difficult sections of the game. Oh, and checkpoints aren't very frequent. You only checkpoint if you actually go through a doorway like this one. And I'm actually going to go ahead and take another health refill here, because taking the death here is faster than taking it in the side-scrolling section, because then you would have to see this stage 2 get ready jingle in the side-scrolling section. Yeah. So stage 2 actually has pretty okay music, I think. You're just going to be going along, and there's lots of these doorways here. A few jumps here. Got to watch the health just a little bit. Okay, yeah, that health is good. We'll go ahead and get through here. You can no longer take the tank through this section, so you're just going to do some quick platforming here. Yeah, there's going to be a boss this way. You'll be taking a lot of damage. That's all right. 2 health right here. But I do need to be a little bit careful with these turrets here. I'm going to take out the first 2 for safety, but the third one I'm going to leave on purpose. And since I'm full on health, I can just kind of go through there without worry. Which brings us to another boss, which is... it's a tank! And it's coming toward me, but I'm just going to kneel down here and spam. And the tank goes back and forth and shoots every once in a while.
Wow. What a strategy.
Hey, if it works, it works.
Or if it doesn't, that's fine too. We get to move on faster that way.
We'll just move on. It dropped a little piece of armor, and well, I don't want to have to actually trek all the way back to the tank, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a death warp here. Oh, and I did use up my last life, so I do have to use a continue. And that's why we have all these extra continues, just to be sure. Now, that dying there is going to set me back to the beginning of the level. But that's all right, because it's faster than going back to the tank. We didn't have very far to go this way. By the way, I am mashing. I'm not holding down the button. I'll go ahead and take the health here just to... oops! Yeah, you do want to jump up these hills and drive down them. You go slower uphill, faster downhill, so makes sense to try to make use of that. The armor I got allows me to go right through this lightning field, and that's all it does. The original Blaster Master was pretty Metroidvania-esque. Like, it gave you a bunch of upgrades, and they were generally useful in multiple places. In this game, not so much. Most of the upgrades are used in, like, one place and then never again. I'll go ahead and just go down here, ignore that robot. It's usually pretty useful to try to take out as many of these turrets as you can. You're hoping for a lucky drop of some sort. I usually don't get it. I do have backups if I don't get it. I actually don't know if this is enough health to take on the boss, so I don't know. We'll take the safe strat, but can you guess what we're gonna fight?
Let's see. We've gotten a worm and then a bee, and it's another tank.
It's another tank, but this one's got a pokey bit.
Oh, it's like the tank and the bee met. You know?
Yeah.
Beautiful. That's synergy.
But you take out the drill, and then it goes back to the center and starts going back and forth and just throwing out all these spiky things. Oh, this smashing is starting to get to me already. This is not easy to do because you have to do it for such a long time. I should be able to take it out before I run out of health. Perfect. That's actually perfect because I'm on exactly 1 hit left. And that's good because normally I would take falling damage to take the death whip down below, but since I have only 1 hit left, I can just take a hit from a bad guy here and whip back to the beginning of the level. Again.
Yes, one more time.
Yeah, do you like this section of the level? Because we're getting a pretty good look at this section. We're going through it like 3 times now.
Who doesn't love blue and beige? Whatever that other color is, mainly. A vomit-looking color.
I'm sorry, but this is one of the better levels. Okay, so that drill boss did actually give us a drill upgrade, which, well, first we'll switch sub-weapons here, and then we'll use that to go through these blocks here, but I do have to turn that drill off again to be able to fire my cannon again. So that's going to bring us to the overhead section of Area 2, and I'm kind of hoping that certain things will come into play in this overhead because there are a bunch of shootable blocks in this area, and sometimes they drop power-ups, and sometimes you want those power-ups, like this one, a plus, which accelerates the speed at which I shoot my cannon, but, you know, this is a good one to have, but it doesn't really matter too much whether or not I get that one. Oh, do I have enough health for this? Well, let's find out. YOLO.
All right, let's go.
I'll just have to take it a little bit carefully. And yeah, this controls so awkwardly. Oh, whoa. Can't have myself going wrong directions now. I can't see how much health I have. This is a problem with my monitor, I think, but I can't see my health bar.
If I had to guess, it's 1 hit.
I'm a little bit frightened right now. Right at the doorway. I'm sorry.
We were so close.
I was so close. Okay, I apologize for you headphone users. Oh, I was so close. That's all right. I should have taken a death to refill somewhere. That's all right. That's why I've given myself a 50-minute estimate, even though my PB's somewhere around 41. Oh, stage 3's music. Oh, just listen to this.
Oh, yes. I got a taste of this when we were setting up, so.
All right. Yeah. Oh, this is making great use of the Genesis soundtrack. So I am taking a little detour here to pick up those blue orbs. You can see in the lower left, I have the blue orb sub-weapon selected. We're going to be using that a lot, and that was what I was hoping would drop sometime earlier in the game, but since it did not, I go ahead and detour for it here. Why am I spamming the gun? There's nothing to... oh, it's just a habit. Whatever. Okay, we're going to go down here and just kind of jump our way through this. This next boss is not very complicated. We are going to jump through these platforms, and I got to be careful, line it up so that I don't fall to my death. And then go in here. All right. So for our lava level, we have boss jumping out of lava. It shoots 2 diagonals and then goes back down. And it's really easy to just jump over it. Oh, it's on the left side now. That's a new strategy.
All right.
Yeah, this boss ain't nothing. And it's down. I'll go ahead and damage myself down here to 1 because I'm going to take another death whoop. And what does this boss drop? That's right. It dropped sunglasses.
That was going to be my first guess, obviously.
Obviously. And yeah, I see a comment in chat. They used a completely different team for this in the other titles. Yeah, the team that made this was previously known to make Amiga games, and they were based in Europe. But unfortunately, they were not familiar with the original Blaster Master. They just kind of had a general idea of, I don't know, what the tank looked like, and you get in and out, and that's about it. So we've got a long little section here, and I'm actually going to slow down a little bit and get this health. But if I did not have the sunglasses, I would get a text box here saying that it's too bright for me to go through here, and then I would see the loading screen again leading me back out. So yeah, that's what these sunglasses are for. And we're going to go through a pretty long section here. Stage 3 is one of the longest levels in this game, just because of everything that we have to do here. So as we go through here, we're going to see ceiling traps. Yeah, they just, you can just keep running. Those ceiling traps don't mean anything. Take this person out. Oh, good. I'm full on health again. That's very good. So if you jump right on this next ladder, this next enemy won't spawn. Unfortunately, it did, so I'll go ahead and aim and take it out. We've gone this whole way to shoot out these blocks from below because your tank cannot shoot downward, but there's white stuff on the ground above there, and that white stuff is so hot that it will instantly kill Jason if he steps on it. So we have gone through this entire detour in order to shoot out those blocks, and that's probably the cleverest game design you'll get from this game. But yeah, we go back in here. The tank can drive over the white stuff, no problem. So yeah, but since it can't aim down, you need a massive detour. And yeah, the shield sub-weapon that I'm using now, it makes me completely invulnerable to all damage. So you can see why I might be using it a lot. And what do you know? There's another refill here, so I'm up to 7. We got more loading screens. Woo! All right, gotta be careful of that white stuff over there. Don't step on it. As much as I would like to move the tank closer to the right side, I'm not gonna be stepping there. All right, we're coming up on the next boss. What do you think we're gonna be fighting in here?
Is it a tank that looks like a worm? No.
That was a very good guess, but
Dang.
No. It's exactly the same thing we just fought, except it's designed slightly differently. I think it's prone to going left a little bit more. I honestly have no idea how this boss is any different from the previous one. I don't know.
Maybe it isn't. Who knows?
Yeah, the upgrade we're going to get for this one is the Varia suit. I don't know what it's actually called, but, you know, it's a Varia suit. We all know it's a Varia suit. It's going to allow me to walk on the white stuff on the ground without dying. So, yay, that's no longer a problem. That means I can go all the way over here, shoot out these blocks, which I do have to shoot out with Jason because the tank can't shoot down. And then I can go in here, and I'm actually close to full. I'm actually full on health, so I could just turn on the shield and then go all the way to the end of the level here, which brings us to our third overhead section. The third overhead section isn't super difficult. There's just some stuff you have to kind of learn and be aware of. So we'll go ahead and go down here. Oh. Yeah, there's no doorways in this section. Ooh, I got a minus. that actually decreased the rate of fire of my turret. So, yeah, you can actually get downgrades. And then go ahead and go into this third alcove here so that big caterpillar tank thing just goes right by you. Because if you bump into it, then it's going to turn around and walk very slowly. And you'll have to wait for it to traverse the entire stage before you can then go into an alcove and get past it. It's interesting that I have not seen any speed up or speed down drops from this. How much health am I at? I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna YOLO this level. Yeah, I'm YOLOing this level. I have to be careful here because I am on my last life, and when I'm in a boss arena, I could take a death to refill my health and end up in the boss arena again. But if I'm on my last life, then I'm going to end up at the stage entrance again. So something I have to be careful of. Oh yeah, this time we are fighting Pizza.
Pizza.
That's right. Yeah, this particular pizza is going to go around in circles and then occasionally stop and have cannons that come out. When the cannons come out, you kind of want to hit the thing off center. It's a little less likely to block you if you're off center for some reason. Also, I did not get any heart drops from this. Every one of those cannons has its own chance to drop something, and it has a strong tendency to drop hearts, so the fact that I did not get any is actually pretty bad luck. I'll go ahead and shoot out some of these things and see if I can get some health. There we go, that's good, that's good. Yeah, that boss dropped a key to the other boss, which is another pizza. Surprise,
right? A little more dull, this pizza with the gray, huh?
Okay, I think I'm actually going to pull up these sunglasses now because I'm having trouble seeing my screen. Yeah, it appears, it moves somewhere random, and then it disappears. As long as I kill this boss before I run out of life, I'm okay. Alright, perfect. This is fine. This is a good amount of life for this. And the boss is going to drop an upgrade that you will use for the entire rest of the game. Most bosses just drop keys, but this one is the hover module. Okay, so the hover module is very dangerous. First, get some fuel for it. And then, okay, I'm going to tap it lightly. Oh, too much. The hover module shoots you way up very quickly, and then you bounce off walls, and it's really difficult to control. Oh, I better be careful with that health. Okay, that's going to get me to Area 4's overhead. Area 4's overhead, it does have its moments that can make it difficult, so it's one of the more dangerous ones. I'll go ahead and take the death here to refill my health. And since I game over here, I get to just start the overhead over again. Also, for some reason, dying here gets rid of the turret that was up here. I don't know why that happens, but yeah, save a little bit of health that way. Then you've got these bridges over water, enemies crossing oh, I don't want that. That's a left-pointing arrow. Left-pointing arrows are slowdowns. They will slow you down to molasses. You do not want a slowdown.
Downgrades. Who puts downgrades in the games? Come on.
From Software does.
I guess
I think that's
so.
the company that made this. I don't remember actually.
It's all Sunsoft at the top.
Sunsoft published it, and
Yeah,
it was Sunsoft of Europe that tried to commission a... Oh, that was a speed up for just a moment. Yeah, upgrades override each other. You can only have one at any given moment. So if you have a speed up, but then you grab a weapon upgrade, you get the weapon upgrade. I'll try to do this with my health as is, because it looks like I have quite a bit of health. I've also just used up the last of my shield for now. I'm hoping to grab more. There's a lot of health. Okay, yeah, this is excellent. Sometimes these guys drop health, and that's really good. You also tend to take damage on them, so you won't always get to this next boss with full health. But that's all right. The boss is pretty easy. We're in kind of a water-themed level. I'll stand here to make sure those mines don't explode. As much as I would like to YOLO and just not mind the health, I do have to be very careful about it because of how much damage I take on bosses sometimes. So the boss of the water level. First, we've got this very slow, jumpy movement, and we have a fish.
Yeah, just a giant fish.
It's a fish. It occasionally opens its mouth, and then it moves across the stage. What a compelling boss design.
Wow. And also, yeah, moves really fast. Oh, look, a little speed there.
Oh yeah, as it gets lower on health, it will move faster, but so far it's not fast enough to beat anything resembling a threat yet. This boss has 4 different colors, and oh, there we go. We've got a red, so it's starting to go faster. I'll go ahead and stop dodging it now because my jumps are so slow that it's just faster to go ahead and take the hit and then keep hitting it. And it would be ideal to kill this boss on the left side, but I'm going to prioritize mashing it down just to make sure I get the kill. Left side. Excellent. And I should have enough health left for this after section. I think this upgrade is just one that allows Jason to use one of the sub-weapons outside of the tank, one of the missiles, but there's blue orbs there, which is why I wanted enough health to go down there and get those. And so, yeah, this upgrade actually does not help the tank progress through the level at all. But for some reason, there is a wall blocking this upper right path that just mysteriously disappears once you take out that boss. I don't know why they designed it that way. But we're going to go ahead and get to the water section and find out that, oh, the tank also jumps slowly in the water, and my hover module does not work in here. So we'll go ahead and take on this next boss then. What do you think is the next boss?
Fish again. It has to be.
You're right. It's a fish. But this this fish can spawn smaller fish. Sometimes.
Bold.
Yeah. They've really outdone themselves with boss design this time. Yeah, I think this one only has 3 different color stages. I think. And he is supposed to be spawning small fish regularly, but to tell the truth, I don't know how that mechanic works. And he tends not to do it when you just spam him down in the mouth. Naturally, this is the kind of boss music you would expect to be... Oh, nope, that's 4 color stages. I was wrong. Yeah, this is the kind of boss music you would expect to be fighting fish to.
Yes.
I did get him on the left side, that's good. And I have plenty of shield to get me through the rest of this level. Actually, I have like 3. I have to be careful because I don't want to take the death warp, but I'm also not exactly rocking a whole lot of health. And oh, I only have 1 shield left. That's going to be a problem. All right, let me think about how I can do this carefully. We'll go ahead and shield here. That will get me about as far as I can go. And I'm out of shields again. This is actually far fewer than I'm used to having. one hit left. Oh, this is frightening. I still can't use my... yeah, let's just go. Okay, I made it. I made it. We're at the Area 5 overhead. Area 5's overhead is probably the second most difficult one in the game. So again, take the death here, and then we'll go ahead and go through it. So we've got these slow tanks here. They're not going to block your path if you're quick enough. Then we've got a little bit of a path here where if you go ahead and do a little zigzag like this, most of these shots are going to miss you. And then I will go ahead and take this a little slowly just to avoid a couple of errant shots because I do want to preserve my health. This is a difficult overhead. And also one that is far more prone to RNG. So along this path, we're going to see a lot of these big guys blocking the path. And, well, sometimes they get out of your way, but sometimes I have to just kill them. One nice thing, though, is that if I do die after having gotten this far and I've destroyed these, they will not be here when I get back here again. So sometimes it is safer to just take them out. But then we have the section that always scares me. We've got a bunch of blocks here that tend to have random power-ups. And in particular, toward the end of this zigzag section, we have 4 question marks that you can't avoid. Nope, here's a slowdown, here's a slowdown, here's a minus. I'll take the minus over the slowdown. Yeah, a lot of times I get a slowdown there, and then that makes me sitting ducks for the turrets that are sitting there, because when you have a slowdown, you move so slowly that you cannot reasonably dodge them. It's that bad. This brings us to stage 6, which actually has a really good track, I think. This one's a bop. I love this track.
Ooh, yeah, this is nice. I like this.
All right, I'll go ahead and grab this health here just to make sure I have as much as possible since I no longer have any shields. But you are never going to guess what kind of boss that we're going to be fighting right here. Go on, guess.
Worm.
It's the first boss again.
Yes.
And it's exactly the same. It is not any different. Uh-oh, that's not where I wanted to be. Okay, I can make this work. That's an amount of health that I can work with. I'm supposed to, like... I think the best you can do with this thing is 2 cycle if you really mash. The best I've ever done is a 3 cycle, but, like, that was too many cycles. Just way too many. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and go on here and then go up here. And I got to get out of the tank again. The upgrade that I got from that boss, now Jason has his own jetpack. So he can fly without the tank. And this one is actually a reasonable flying speed. Let's go ahead and take out these turrets. And I am detouring here for more blue spheres because I really, really want them. And in fact, I want to get that on the way up here for reasons. Okay, so we've had the worm again. What is our second boss going to be?
The bee.
It is going to be the bee.
I am listening. I am following along.
And I do need full health for the bee. But I actually really like taking this death right here because it's actually going to have benefits later. But for now, we'll go ahead and take on the bee. Okay, that's an amount of health I can work with, but it's kind of scary. But, yeah. I'm not going to take the death here, hopefully. Well, it doesn't matter if I do, I guess. Oh, yeah, the background's gonna glitch out a little bit. That just kind of happens. I don't know why. I used to think it was an emulator bug, but nope, I'm not doing this on emulator. But since I took a death against the bee. The blue spheres there respawned. Okay, I need this thing on camera to take it out. Oh,
There
and
we go.
anytime you're actually low on jet fuel, enemies will always drop more jet fuel, so you don't have to really worry about running out there. It's a nice little feature. One more hit, shield, and then go into Area 6's overhead. And yeah, I'm taking a game over here again. There's a couple of blocks here. Took the death, that's alright. Game over here. These blocks have a strong tendency to drop me some sort of power up, so I'm always skeptical of them. That one gave me invincibility. So, you know, I'll take that one. Invincibility is a pretty good one to have. I have gotten zero, like, I've only gotten like one speed up, and it was immediately nullified. So yeah, this is a very RNG heavy run because you are wanting the speed up on these overheads, and if you don't get them, then you're going to go quite a bit slower. For this particular section of the overhead, you can go left or right to get up here, and the fastest way through here is to just go right 3 times. Yeah, let's let that guy go through. But there is an invincibility on the left side of that third split, so if you're concerned, you might want to go left on the third way, and that's going to get us pretty much... Oh god, that's a slowdown!
No.
Right at the
Ooh,
end,
that-
but it's
that was
all right.
dangerous.
It was dangerous. All right, stage 7. This stage is going to take a little bit of a different track from some of the previous ones because there are 2 bosses in this stage, but the first boss is optional. The only optional boss in the game. So instead, we'll just go this way, up here through these ladders. I'll go ahead and take some of the damage here, just because I don't think I can do this boss on a third or half health. What are we fighting? It's the drill tank again.
Yeah. I forgot at this point. There's too many.
Oh yeah, they ran out of budget for original bosses. Yeah, Kat points out in chat, cannot exaggerate how bad these overhead sections feel. They feel really, really awful. So yeah, same strategy for the drill tank here. It is actually kind of a shame that we're skipping the other boss, because the other boss actually drops an upgrade that will allow Jason to use the blue shields outside of the tank. But unfortunately, we don't need to take on that boss, so we will never have that quality of life feature. I think this boss drops a key to the next level. Yeah. Like, half of these drops are keys to the next area, and of the half that are not keys, the other half are just upgrades that are used once and then never again. So they're kind of like keys. I'll go ahead and then get over to... hold on. Give me more damage, because it's actually pretty difficult to take a death at the beginning of Area 7's overhead, and yet Area 7's overhead is by far the toughest one. So I want that early death. I'll just go ahead and take the death right here. Go on. There we go. Yeah. This is also the last overhead, so if you get past this one, you're pretty much home free. Maybe I should be more careful. Yellow. I'm yellowing it. I just want to go. I want to be through here. Alright. He's in the way. Gotta take him out. Yeah. Once again, the turret controls independently of the base of your vehicle, and you have to tap B to rotate it left and C to rotate it right, and it's really awkward. I'm kind of holding it in a very weird way where I'm holding down A on the controller and then tapping B or C as I need. Oh, and then we're going to get to... Oh, there's a speed up. Zoom, 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 zoom. You see why we need the speed up? No, that's a slowdown.
Wow,
Help,
the wombo combo.
Help. Oh, no. No, no, no. Am I through? Am I through? I'm through. The slowdown almost killed me right at the end. Oh, but get ready for this track.
That was all over. Oh my gosh.
Oh. Kaboom. Oh. Oh, but yeah, listen to stage 8 for a bit. Oh, this is beautiful. And in a very it's something. This is the wrong way.
I mean, Michael Myers vibes a little bit, but
it's you might see a lot of doorways along the way. Every single one of those doorways leads you right back to the beginning of the level. So don't go in them. Oh, and I do have to use the drill one more time here, so yay, second time. And I left it on for a while just because my jetpack was not on while I was using it. But I am going to get to the final boss here, which I do want to be on full health for. So this final boss, it's basically... Oh, I want to be on this side. Yeah, he's going to be kind of a big old goblin orc thing. I don't know. But for the first two phases, he's just going to hit circles around himself. And so if you're on the opposite side of the map, then he's not going to hit you with him. I think he's changed color. The first time he changes color, he's going to only do the circle attack twice. If he does show up in the center, then you have to make a choice on whether or not you're going to take hits to take him down faster or not. This third phase, he does have heat-seeking stuff, and if you want to dodge him, you have to take the time to dodge him, and I don't want to take the time to dodge him, especially when I can just push him into the next phase instead. Next time he changes color, and let's see. There he is. All right, in this next phase, he's going to shoot energy out of his armpits. But if he ends up on one of the upper platforms, you can stand below him and be safe. Gotta watch that health. I'm going to be very careful here. This is looking good so far. I don't remember when exactly time is, but I think, we'll just do it on fade to black. Yeah, that's the final boss. And time.
well done.
Yeah, so there you go. That's Blaster Master 2. Well done. Hey, you read the ending credits before we even did this. Your mission is complete. Mission's a complete success. Good job. Yay, that's the game. Woo!
Very good. Very good. Really good time, by the way. I'm not sure what your PB is, but we have a 40-46 on our side.
40-46. That is actually an amazing time for me. That is very close to my PB, and that was with not so great luck in the overhead sections. Ooh, that was 8 seconds slower than my PB.
Wow, we were really close. Really close.
Woo!
Well, I knew I had to bring it up because I figured it was probably pretty close. You said you were like 10 minutes under, so.
Yeah.
Well done then. Wow.
That's a good run. I'm gonna keep playing this game and get the sub 40.
Yeah, you're already right there. You might as well.
Yeah, because I'm gonna go ahead and do a little plug. I mean, I stream sometimes, but I've been tired lately, so instead I'm gonna go ahead and plug Big Bad Game-a-thon.
Yeah.
The schedule for that just came out. It's going to be the last weekend of September, and I have 3 games in that marathon, 2 of which I have not done on this show before. So maybe I should submit them. But
I call that ammunition. That's what I call that.
Yeah, and Blaster Master 2 is one of them.
Very good. Very good. Yes. So yes, everyone be sure to check out Big Bad Game-a-thon. I might have a couple runs in there as well, maybe one or two. So, but both have been seen on the show before, so it can't be overly surprising. But yeah, check it out. Anything else you want to shout out before we get going on our second run of the evening?
I'm just gonna blame Scavenger 216 for getting me into this game because he said once, give Blaster Master 2 a shot. It's a hot mess of a game, but once you get into it, it's not that bad. He's completely right, but also it hurts.
I was gonna say, where did we fall? But all right, yes, right, but it's painfully so. Okay, understood. All right, everyone. Well, David, thank you so much for doing this run for us. I really appreciate it. You kicked off awfully blasty with a bang, if you will. For everyone out there, feel free to take a little break as we get set up for our second run. So feel free to get up, stretch, maybe defeat some worms or bees or tanks in your home. And we'll see you on the other side in just a few short moments. All right, welcome back to Awfully Silly, everyone. If you're just tuning in, we're getting awfully blasty tonight. We kicked it off with Blaster Master 2 by David TKI, which was, you have to say it. It was a blast. It was a great time. So before we get jumping into run number 2 of the evening, wanted to pass along a few reminders. First, Games Done Quick is hiring. So if you have experience in social media creation and want to help out at our live events, be sure to go to gamesdonequick.com/jobs to apply. And additionally, if you missed out on any of our other Hotfix shows or past events, such as Flame Fatales, which just finished up this past weekend, be sure to check out the VODs on youtube.com/gamesdonequick. There is a lot of really good runs from this past week that you won't want to miss out on. So definitely check those out. But without further ado, we started off with Blaster Master 2. This one doesn't have blast in the title, but I made sure that at one point something blasts out of the character's hands. So I did that due diligence, and that run coming up here is Astro Boy and is going to be run by Halkery. Go ahead and take it away.
Hello, my name is Halkery, and you may recognize me from the Pokemon Legends Arceus run at AGDQ 2023 in January. But I also play Astro Boy. This is a PS2 game based on the 2003 animated series of Astro Boy, a very popular IP in Japan. And it was one of the first speedruns I ever completed back in 2014. I'm excited to share it with you guys. Am I good to go whenever?
Yeah, just give us a countdown and we'll be ready.
All right, right before we start, I do want to give a brief flashing lights warning for this opening cutscene. It kind of goes a little bit crazy, but I'll let you know whenever that's free and clear. So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So our story begins in Metro City, and a team of scientists is rigorously working to do something electrically here. If you've seen any form of media of Astro Boy, the movie on Netflix, any of the animated series, if you read the manga, you kind of get the basic idea of what's going to happen here. Because most of the stories have a lot of commonality, like this big-nosed fella. He's in like every single iteration of the franchise. And
for an unskippable
our friend
cutscene,
Astro's
was
been
pretty
born.
good.
So T-Pat, you said you watched this episode earlier today, right?
I did. Also, hi everyone, T-Pat here. You might recognize me from also running Legends Arceus on Hotfix at one point. That went really well, I'm sure, just like the Let's Go run. Ish. As for research for this game, I watched the anime, and that cutscene is just from the anime, just straight up. And I don't think anything like that is going to look similar now that we're back in the... What console is this on again?
PS2.
This is PS2? Yeah, PS2.
There is one more anime cutscene, I think, later on, like in the middle of the run, that kind of explains more lore about the character. But for now, we are controlling young Astro Boy here. It's making the most disgusting text scrolling noise I've ever heard in a video game.
Ooh.
That's all mashing one button, by the way. The only button you can mash text is X. So I had to like double-handed it and like drilled the button. So
that just looks like the other silly game that we saw.
yeah.
Yeah, that'll do. Mashing is the theme.
So we're walking out of the Ministry of Science, and I guess this is our first steps. I don't know. We weren't.
Whoa! It's a Whalmer. Wait, it kind of looks like Whalmer.
I have never noticed that airship looks like a whale.
Come on.
I've never
that's a
stopped to
Whalmer.
look at it.
Listen, you got two Pokemon runners in one voice call. I'm here to make Pokemon
Yeah, I'll
references.
say 3. I'll say 3. I've run a Pokemon game or two in my time.
Of course. Yeah, our resident platinum. You do the platinum glitch run, right?
Pearl
is it just
Manipulus,
Diamond?
yeah. I've done
Yeah.
red in the past too, and Power of Two Fifths and all that.
I was there when you ran it at Midwest Speed Fest.
That's right. You did. You were on my couch.
So you may notice those robots called us Tobio, which is kind of weird because their character's name is Astro. That will be further elaborated on later. But even though we beat them, they did end up knocking us off the roof, and now all of a sudden we have rocket feet through absolutely no trigger.
That honestly is how.
We will get a lot of our powers when we need them, and we were falling to our death, and we needed it.
And that's how it worked in the anime too. For some reason, Astro was just like, I'm a kid, but I don't want to listen to adults. I'm gonna do what I want. And then he falls off the lab, and he's like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna die. Rocket feet.
I'm glad they made it accurate.
That's basically what happened.
And then Dr. O'Shea here is gonna act like we didn't just almost die. He's like, wow, amazing, you can fly.
I mean, if
like
he's
you didn't
like
just
the
see the
robot kid,
child plummeting downwards, like, oh.
Priorities are straight for
like
sure.
he's the $6 million man. We can rebuild him.
Was never worried for a moment. But yeah, through my own research over the years, I have kind of discovered and heard, that Astro Boy is revered in Japan the same way Mickey Mouse would be in the States. So it's very, very, very popular, but just not internationally, I guess. Because there was a movie, a pretty high budget movie that was made in 2009, but since then it's just kind of laid dormant.
You said there was like a Netflix movie or something?
That was the movie that came out in theaters in 2009, and they released it on Netflix.
Just put it on Netflix? Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I unfortunately just canceled my Netflix subscription, so I wasn't able to
It's
watch
pretty
that
good.
as research.
Pretty good. I like it. I watched it last week, and I hadn't seen it since it came out, so highly recommend it if you have a Netflix account. I get it. There's so much text and tutorials and all that. I was playing the Japanese version earlier, just to see which version I wanted to use for today's showcase. And the Japanese version does not have a map on the bottom right corner. So if you don't understand where you're supposed to go, that's just really rough. I was lucky that was my third run of the day that I played Japanese because I did happen to know where to go.
And
Okay,
you found
luckily
out
there's
that
no more rings we have
Japanese
to fly through. Just I wanted to make sure everyone's calming down.
So you're saying this isn't Superman 64?
You can put the hyperventilating paper bags down. We're not flying through any more rings, I promise.
So what are we doing here? We're going through a door. We're visiting somebody's house.
Yes, so this is Dr. O'Shea's house, and we're gonna go tell our adoptive sister Zoran about our new ability, as Dr. Shea told us to. She's a human girl. She's not a robot.
Yeah, she's a real girl.
But yeah, basically, the person that made Astro kind of went kind of bonkers and was kind of shunned from the scientific community. So Astro needed a new home, and Dr. O'Shea took him in.
Well, that's because they drained all the power in Texas to make Astro Boy.
That's why my internet went out earlier today.
Literal rolling blackouts. Look out your window. You might see Astro Boy flying by through some rings just outside your window.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, we get powers when we absolutely need them, and we absolutely need to be nosy right now, so we're able to hear things from very, very, very far away. And
Somebody must be in trouble, like spider senses.
the person that's going to be announcing all of these little tasks we have to do is the reporter from the show. But in the Japanese version, Nora, the robot that we talked to when we first woke up, is the one that narrates all of these, and I don't know why. Like right now, it's the reporter lady, but in the Japanese version, like the robot Nora, the yellow robot, does all of these, and I have no idea why. Like between the Japanese release and the English release, they gave this lady a job to explain the narrative of the game. She is in a cutscene, so she at least had that for her in the Japanese version, but it's really weird.
I think I recognize this enemy. It's from another game, I think.
They did say it was Magnemite, but that's not Magnemite as I remember it.
Yeah, it's Magnemite. It's just Dynamaxed.
Yeah, it's a very, very big Magnemite.
It just has supercharged steel and electric powers. See, it checks out. Looks like it was made of steel and electricity.
So the controls are kind of weird. L2 and R2 move the camera left and right respectively. All the right stick does is let you go up and down. So it's kind of a nightmare. You kind of also have to just let the camera auto correct behind you. You don't have any control of the camera basically, because it's too weird to press L2 and R2 to move the camera when I'm used to using a right stick for that. Mm-hmm. In 2003, they were still trying to figure out cameras in PlayStation games, man.
I guess so.
All right, so here's Magnemite in the Bay Area. And we haven't heard from Dr. O'Shea. Oh, that's probably why. he's being bullied by Magnemite.
Magnemite, why would you do that?
All right, so we're going to sit here and bully all of Magnemite's tentacles. He's going to pop out of the ground. All right. Each of these things need 3 hits, but getting those 3 hits is way harder than it looks because auto-targeting has really no idea what it's doing, but it really thinks it's doing me a favor. Because I'm like, all right, hit the thing. And it's like, got it, I'm going to hit around the thing. I have to make sure.
It does kind of look like future Magnemite Paradox.
Yeah.
Sandy shocks.
Why did Game Freak never think of this? Astro Boy was just ahead of his time.
Yeah. That's what everyone is saying, I'm sure.
This is some great looking Scarlet and Violet DLC. How did you get it on ahead of time?
It looks about as good as Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah, there it is. I was wondering who was going to make the joke.
Oh, come on, please.
Fewer drop frames.
You're so right, but you don't have to be. The game lags a little bit at times, but it holds it together a lot better. Okay. So the problem with this game, first and foremost, is the fact that Square does pretty much everything. You may have seen me like just boost off and just take off. That's Square.
Grab a square.
Grab a square, yeah. Then attack a square where I dash towards people, and then yeah, I'm trying to punch, but I wasn't close enough in pressing square to punch.
Can you do a barrel roll with square?
I'm already having trouble doing what I'm supposed to do with square. I don't think adding another action is gonna really help anybody. That was it. Okay. There was 5 tentacles we had to take care of. So Dr. O'Shea is free, but we've got an angry Magnemite on our hands. Okay, so his voice, he's gonna talk after we beat him. And his voice is kind of whatever in this game, but in the Japanese version, it is so adorable. He's just like, it's like a child's spirit was put in there. Like, help me. It just doesn't make any sense.
Magnemite has more arms than I remember it, to be honest. And is also a spider.
He's doing this laser, but it has another attack where it can put its arm in front of its face and not actually help at all.
It has more eyes than Magnemite, but not as many eyes as Magnezone.
I think we're good. Oh, there we go. Easy. So, T-Pat, what happened with Magnemite? Why is he so angry?
So Magnemite got a little bit too much electricity and didn't evolve with it. So it's like, I don't really know what to do with this electricity. I would just hook it up into this kid.
So there's a plot point in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red and Blue Rescue Team where 2 Magnemites get stuck together and it's not enough to create Magneton, so they really need your help to get them out. This is like 1,000 Magnemites got stuck together and it's not enough to divide into X number of Magnetons.
Yeah, this is literally just like from that one episode of the anime I watched where when they created Astro Boy, they said like, oh, but the 1.21 gigawatts went somewhere else. We'll find out where that power went. So they went into the Magnemite, and Astro Boy is just like, here, just give me your power instead. And he's like, okay.
And the kid can take it just because why not? In the movie, it actually makes a lot more sense because they have 2 cores. They have a blue core, which is unlimited positive energy. And they have the red core, which is unlimited negative energy. And I bet you can guess which one went into Astro. So like he can just take more energy because his energy supply is already limitless. So. Yes, 1.21 gigawatts. I think that's what.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. My coworkers actually did just watch Back to the Future the other day.
That's the end of our first boss. I'm not playing with a memory
If there
card.
are more
so I really
anime
hope.
bosses, I might. If there are more anime bosses, I might need to watch some more episodes real quick.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Are there gonna be more
boss we
Pokemon
fight-
bosses?
No.
Are they going to be like?
I can't
Are they
pretend.
like the Lords? It's like, you know, you have Cleavor and you have Electrode and you have Magnemite. See, it's just the Lords.
No, this game's about to get very real. Very, very, very fast.
Are you gonna get banished? Like you do from Cube Life Village?
They're gonna shoot me into outer space eventually.
Oh,
I'm gonna get banned
that's
from the
banishment
planet,
from Earth
unable to return.
until you capture the Avatar.
Exactly. All right, skip that cutscene. The cutscene of Astro like floating down into the neighborhood is skippable the first time after you watch it. So I had to like hold start there to make sure I'd skip that. I didn't learn that until 2018, 2019. Because when nobody else is playing the game and it's just me, I have to pretty much figure out everything myself.
You are the undisputed world record holder.
True.
Undisputed, unquestioned, unchallenged even.
You were in fact, you wanted to assert your dominance so much, you got a new world record just today.
Just in case somebody out there had bopped me and I hadn't been aware of it. I've now
Honestly, that's the
presumably
same-
bopped them back.
Well, some could say that you're undisputed in Legends Arceus, but you're really undisputed in Astro Boy.
So
That's how you should introduce yourself from now on, Astro Boy speedrunner.
Astro Boy Speedrunner, also featuring Legends Arceus, yeah. So Central City is like the mall in Metro City. I don't know
So
why
it's
it's also
Smallville.
called Central City when the larger area where Central City is within is called Metro City. It just kind of makes the word city lose its meaning. Like which one's actually a city and which one's actually
Wait.
like a I don't know. Anyways,
So
there
is
was a
Central
robbery.
City like the suburbs? Oh, huh.
So we have to go figure out what's going on. And this is Metro City at night. And luckily there's not this much flying around from area to area. It really is just contained from getting to each area. Like I don't have to like fly to the Bay Area. Like there's no fetch quest later, thank God. Like not for just being in the game.
At least you don't have to jump through rings.
I might use a ring or two later just to make myself go faster. Because when you do those ring courses, like with the yellow rings that start them and then the blue rings, the yellow ring gives you a very, very large amount of speed to start with. Because they expect you to do the whole course, and that's the starting gun. But sometimes that extra speed could be helpful getting to or from a certain area. I actually have to stop mashing there because the little text marker won't pop up on screen to let me select I'm investigating a crime.
So somebody got robbed. That's the
Yeah, the
plot
jewelry
here.
store here in Central City got robbed. And these are Astro's friends, Abercrombie, Alejo, and Kennedy, I think their names are.
And Detective Pikachu. Dun dun da 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 da.
It all
Detective
comes back,
Tawashi,
right?
Yeah. Hey, he's here. Was he also in the anime episode you watched?
No,
Oh, not him.
not him.
What? Was there a person? Oh, there's a person there. I didn't see
There was a
them.
person.
All right, so I gotta go get the other two kids. Sorry, he's gonna take forever to chop at me until he's calmed down.
Relax.
But yeah, I get it. You're angry, but can you just wait? Where's the other? Wait. Okay, I passed him. Oops. Okay. He said he's going to Abercrombie's. It's kind of a reference to Abercrombie, like, he's gonna chop at me until he's ready to talk to me again. Because everything is with Square, including punch and talk.
Oh, that's the reason. Okay, I was like, why is everyone just choosing to chop you?
Detective Tawashi has left the area. And thank God one character per frame had to let me know that.
I'm just still laughing at like you landing in front of somebody and just like terminal
decking them.
montage slapping them and be like, talk to me.
This is Danku. This is our thief.
Who are you? I'm Deadpool.
Whoa,
He's
who
not
are
going to tell us
you?
a whole lot, but he has the ability to turn invisible, which is going to be quite the issue because we can't see invisible things yet.
You could barely even see the non-invisible like people NPCs in the way.
Exactly. But here we go. We're, right when we need it,
Oh,
we're gonna
power
learn
up.
to use X-ray vision. And I'm
Ayo.
gonna use it. I'm gonna use it once.
One time.
Like literally one time. They want me to use it the whole fight with Danku. If you want to call it that. But I'm just literally gonna use it just to see him and grab a hold of him, and now I never need it ever again. Except for maybe the beginning of the second phase, but. Because he won't actually go back invisible. I don't know why. He's
Just
like trying to use
realized
this lady
his
as
one-
like a shield.
Didn't
wanna
realize
punch her.
his one quirk is kind of useless against your newfound powers.
Yeah, he's not even going invisible again. I don't have the X-ray vision up. He just hasn't gone invisible again. And I assure you, moving in this 3D space is not as easy as I might be making it look. I might be making it look just as hard as it, but
Well, didn't you say you can only move like up and down with one stick and
yeah, it's like I'm literally controlling all 3 dimensions with one stick.
Ugh. I don't like how that sounds like it feels.
I thought you were controlling it with square.
Oh, so Danku has an EMP bomb around his waist that we've just recognized, and now there's a timer on it. So we really need to take care of this before he blows up the central city. Actually, I don't know if an EMP bomb is like lethal to humans, but I think it's just lethal to machines or something. I don't know. I don't know
That makes
much about-
sense. You are half robot, half boy.
No, we're entirely robot. But we are based on a boy. We were based on a real child that existed. Past tense. Spoilers.
Yeah. What was that kid's name? Was it Obito?
Close enough. Oh, so close. Oh, there we go. That's pretty good.
I remember
enough.
hearing it, and I was just like, Obito,
Toby.
as in from Naruto.
Yes, this is
He
the name of the child is
Astro-
Tobio. And that is the likeness in which Astro was created. But we'll learn why there's an Astro and not a Tobio a little bit later on.
yeah, because Tobio's from Naruto, and now Astro is going to become the next Hokage.
So Danku didn't really know he had
What's in there?
that EMP bomb on his waist, and he also didn't understand that he was stealing. He's like, I just got the ones that Dr. Tenma said I could.
Thanks.
And I mean, that's still
Why'd
stealing.
you steal those jewels?
You're still going to jail.
You're still going to, you're doing hard time, little boy.
I know the jewels that Dr. Tenma said I could.
No. He just gets off scot-free, I guess. I think he's a robot. I have no idea. I have no idea what Danku is. He's a thief. That's all I know about him.
Stuff anymore, okay?
And he doesn't know any better. He feels bad about it, clearly. Look at him.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, no jail. Okay.
Did Mega Man rip off Astro Boy's origin? Astro Boy's been around since the 50s in Japan.
Yeah, the manga's been
1950s.
around forever.
Wow.
Like the original series was 1963. I looked it up and I was like, whoa, that was older than I remember.
Yeah, I've heard Astro Boy just referred to as Naked Mega Man. Because it's kind of like the same thing. Like if
Yeah.
you need a premise for how to understand Astro Boy and what he can do, that is the best
Yeah.
explanation I can give in 3 words.
It's that, but it's not in the digital world.
Oh yeah, that's also a thing, right? Yeah, he
'cause
exists in a
Mega Man
very
is
real
just-
world.
Well, like Mega Man is like just on the internet.
Okay, so we need to go back home and let Dr. O'Shea know we're okay because he's incapable of checking on us himself. Yeah, so imagine playing this game without the little blinker in the bottom telling you where to go. Like you'd have to remember where in this giant city full of buildings that look exactly the same you are. But here I am just kind of proving the point, because I've heard Japanese Mega Man 2 doesn't have a difficulty option. They thought the lost levels was too hard for an American audience, and here I am complaining, how was I supposed to know where to go? I'm proving their point, literally. Complaining about difficulty, which my amazing American adaptation has accounted for. Okay, so we're gonna learn a little bit about Dr. Tenma now, and lore drop, very, very important lore drop.
Dr. Tenma?
Dr. Tenma was the person that created Astro.
Wow.
What do you
Yeah, it's
mean?
crazy. We're gonna learn so much more about him. He's way more involved than that.
Not say anything more. If you must know the truth, perhaps you should investigate what Denku was up to. You might be able to.
Yeah, this guy on the couch has had his name changed quite a bit. Like in this game, he's known as Dr. O'Shea. In the Netflix movie, his name is Dr. Elephant. I guess elephant because he has a big nose. It's very mean. But I don't know. A lot of characters have had their names
Look
changed.
like an
but-
elephant nose.
I mean, but it's a big nose.
It is a big nose.
You know what else has a
But
big
that's
nose?
okay. We
An
don't
elephant.
Elephant has a long nose. Well, I guess his nose is kind of long, but it's more like
Kind of like,
bulbous.
most large Bidoofs are heavy, but not, it's like,
Okay.
size comes with, length comes with size.
Yeah. Like if you're a basketball player, you're probably wearing size 13s.
Yeah, exactly. See, you're getting it. So we're told to use the X-ray vision to go see where Denku's gone. I lied. I used it twice. But we didn't need to do it because this area is just suddenly here, and it would have been the first place I checked anyway. That was a brand new area that wasn't there yesterday. And this is like my favorite scene. You guys in the booth might not be able to hear it, but the robot's delivery in this cutscene is just absolutely beautiful. Like the way he delivers this line, he's just so distraught. I'll let it play. I mean, I don't have really a choice, but I'll just be quiet for it. Everything's just going berserk here. You must help us. Oh, so all right, so light pole. The weapon of a Jedi.
Whoa!
Wow.
You just picked it up,
Yeah, light
like
poles
just
are
straight out of the ground. Just give me.
the light pole is the weapon of a Jedi.
It's like a big golf club. You're just gonna whack these enemies with it.
This is the light pole is stronger than my punch, and it has more range than my punch. So why not use light pole?
Does he yank?
Consider light pole.
Ah, yes. Use the force, and by force I mean light pole.
Force this light pole to kick these guys off their motorcycles.
You just have like an unlimited light poles to work with.
There's like 10 of them here. I got plenty.
Yeah, there's a
ammo.
lot. Wow.
Oh, please don't leave. Thank you. Take light pole.
It's just like you have like a city maintenance guy. It's like, oh, I just put those up.
Dude, I just put those there.
And now you're with super villains.
Did you just die?
Am I right?
I think you did. I hope so. Is there anybody left? Like, there's something there.
Did you just hit him with the lariat?
I think that's it. Hopefully.
Like you just like clotheslined him.
Is there more biker dudes? I think they're gonna take a little second to respawn. I don't know. I don't know where they are. Oh, there's another bat. Yeah, that's it. It has to be it, surely.
There we go.
Okay, next time I have a bat harassing me, I'm gonna
My
grab a
taxes paid
light
for that
post.
pole. Your taxes have done the city a great service by taking out these renegade robots. I'm gonna grab this as a little bit of an extra energy thing. It increases my health and my power. So power is gonna be very important in allowing me to use like my arm cannon that Astro Boy is very famous for, and some other power ups that involve like
Why haven't we
like the
seen
spin
that
attack.
yet?
It's coming. Don't worry. We're getting there.
I'm just saying he's got rockets coming out of his legs, and I know he's got rockets coming out of his
Everything's
arms.
with square. Thank you. So Astro's found this thing that doesn't look like him at all. It looks like Mega Man.
It does kind of look like Mega Man.
So turns out Zero's in the game. It does look a little bit like Mega Man Zero. But this is Dr. Tenma.
Oh, hey, this shady guy.
Yeah, he's the creator of Astro, and he's gonna test him and give us a new ability.
For you.
Remember when Astro said not to steal and then stole all the light poles in the city? He really just turned around and, said, I mean, justice when I feel like it.
You have become.
I make my own justice. That hairstyle is a choice? I'm offended. Oh, you're talking about Tenma, okay.
It
So we have
kinda
the
looks like
Digibeam. It's kind of like the arm cannon light, and I mean very light. It hardly does anything. We're gonna use it.
So you're
very,
saying
very
you still wish you had the light posts?
I wish I still had the light. I wish there was light poles down here. You have no idea. All right, so I need to get close enough to this where a punch pops up, so I don't spin attack. The spin attack is the thing that makes me just rocket off in a random direction. I have to wait till Square says what I want it to say. All right, now for the rest of these guys, and that's it. I just. It's really good against those guys, but the Digibeam is gonna fall off very quickly. Look at how long it took to open that door. If I had a light pole, imagine.
Those doors would fear you.
You better open.
I mean, if Samus gets to open doors like with her like blaster cannon, like you can open a door with a light post.
There is no difficulty slider on this game, actually. I guess that's one thing. Even on the Japanese version, I couldn't find one.
Hey, it's Mega Man Zero. He's back.
So I have this. So this game's made by the Sonic team. I think I mentioned that at the beginning. This is one of the worst games Sonic team ever made, which is a competition, quite the competition. And I had this referred to as Shadow the Hedgehog today. Okay, so we need light pole.
Yes, let's go light pole.
Wow.
The range that you can get with
All right, I need another light pole. I'm outranging him. Look at that tiny sword he's got.
I will say, it does look like those light poles did get repaired since you went inside.
There was
So
definitely.
like the maintenance people like came by and they're like, "Oh, finally got all the light poles back up." And you just come back out, you start yanking them out again. It's like, man,
They're doing me a good service, because I don't know how to plant light poles and I need them. So the city guy has my
plant.
vote. The urban planners or whatever, the people that plant the light poles. He's gonna take my light pole. I'll take it with me to the grave. There you go.
You are literally like, that's like Sephiroth range on those light poles. Like, oh, you're gonna come at me with your puny Buster sword? Whack.
I'm so close. I don't want to get into the light pole. There we go. That too bad. So unfortunately, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. We will be coming back to this area.
Woo!
But that is that is the last time we're using light.
No. Boo.
Just don't be sad light pole's gone. Be happy light pole happened. Light poles grow in field and they plant a new one. Yeah, I believe that. That makes me feel better.
So did you just like absorb more power?
Yeah, I just every robot boss I beat just lends me a little bit of their energy, I guess. I know that's their way of being able to make the game harder and make me take more damage while making things fair. Oh, it's a full moon. I should have all my earth rings.
I don't know why
I see
so
that.
Funny.
I think that every time I see a full moon in any context,
Quick, you
Legends
need to get
Arceus has
Earth Saluted
broken
for
me.
the Gotcha Ball run.
Please return home and report back to Dr. O.
I wasn't expecting that. Hey, do you know that there's going to be a blue supermoon this month on August 30th? That's a real science fact right there.
Does that give me a shiny Ursaluna?
Well, is Shiny Ursaluna blue?
Yeah, it can be.
Then there's your answer.
Okay, so once again, you're kind of going to see a trend of defeat boss, go talk to Dr. O'Shea, defeat boss, go talk to Dr. O'Shea, and that's not ending anytime soon.
Well, he's just worried about you. He wants to make sure you didn't take any light post damage.
Astro, you're fine. What about the city? It's only about $1 million bill for damage caused to the city. I also blew up some fuel silos by throwing Astro into or Atlas into it.
I'm sure he's like
Atlas,
all in the days.
I didn't say that.
Yeah. I'm sure he's like, all in a day's work. I mean, I did just kind of shut down the power grid of all Texas that one time.
Astro's okay. What about our main hero, Light Pole? Light Pole's fine. They'll be there when we get back. And we won't disturb them next time. We'll let the city planners rest. They don't have to get up at midnight to come plant the light poles just for me to yank them up again. Because that's what happened. They're on call. And I walked into that science facility and they're like, light poles are gone. We need you to plant this again. And they came and did it really quickly, and then I just ruined it again. That was you? Yeah.
I mean, I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy VII Remake recently, so if those things were running off of Mako, like, I totally get it. You're just part of Avalanche.
So I love PS2 loading times. I've missed them a lot.
You're gonna take down Midgar one light pole at a time.
I forgot. I got ahead of myself. We're going to the Bay Area next, but not quite yet.
A good thing you had that map.
Watch this. I mentioned the rings. I promised there's not many more rings, but if you fly through this, I think. That went way too fast. Never mind.
Whoa!
Never mind. I kind of overshot my destination.
You're like, go faster, go faster, go back, go back, go back, go back.
Go back. Yeah. So I'm going to try to use some of those rings to get to areas faster. Because they do give you a giant boost to speed that I cannot get myself. So we're going to overhear, using our nosy powers to hear a conversation between Tenma and
Tobio.
Dr. O'Shea. He said Tobio is my son.
What?
Wow.
What? Spoilers!
The king of robots? So apparently Tenma wants to become the king of robots. Whatever that means. We'll find out.
Whatever that means. I mean, aren't most of the robots in this universe kind of like the butter robot in Rick and Morty, where it's like, what is my purpose? And it's just like, you bring the butter here.
In the movie Astro Boy, there was like robots that are literally a squirt bottle and a little window wiper. That is their body design. They have one purpose, and that is to squirt window, and the other one is to wipe window. So a lot of robots have a defined purpose in this world.
Yeah, they kind of make sense then. This is what is my purpose. You clean the windows. Oh my god.
I don't want you to go, but you're the only one who can save Bay Area. Astro, do what you must.
Okay, so we're gonna be taking care of the Venus robots here. A bunch of
Venusaur?
Voltorbs. Yeah, there's a bunch of Voltorbs just came out of the sea for no reason, unprovoked, in the Bay Area, and they're terrorizing things and freezing them.
Wait, I thought they were electric type. Is this a new? If you said freeze, we have now an ice type Voltorb.
Go.
What region is?
Yeah.
What region is that from?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Look at me go. All right. And it still thinks I'm doing the ring course, but then it eventually realized, oh, well, bye then. And the ring just dissipated.
Is it a Galarian Voltorb? Is that a thing?
Maybe. I wouldn't really call this Galar. This is like some futuristic region we haven't seen yet. Oh, I was supposed to skip that cutscene. Oops.
Wait, you're saying this is Gen 10?
Look at their little hats!
Okay. Like, how can you be mad at these Voltorb robots?
That's how. That was my car!
Dude!
Alright, there's 20 of them. There's way more than 20, but we have to defeat 20 before we figure out what actually is going on. So it's
Will you
gonna
be
kinda
using
funny.
any light posts?
No, but I'll be throwing them into one another.
Oh. Well then. I mean,
Like that.
2 Voltorbs with 1 stone. Am I right?
Get that.
Do they have a self-destruct attack?
I knocked that one down by picking up the ball. Oh, there's light poles right here. Wait a minute. I have an
Dude,
idea.
wait.
I have an
Yes,
idea.
yes.
Oh my god, this is so much better.
New
I never even thought
strategy
about this.
acquired.
I didn't even
Live
think about the light
strat
poles.
hunting.
This is
That's
my
so
one
much
contribution to this
faster.
game.
Oh my god.
Gold split incoming here.
All right, there's no more light poles. Actually,
Yeah,
there's,
there
there's
is.
some
There's
there.
one right on your right.
All right, I'll throw that one at that guy, and then we'll obtain another light pole. Okay, where is it? I'll see if I can. Oh, there it is.
They're right there.
Wait a minute. We're cooking here. Only takes 2
Yes,
hits.
chef.
I can hit multiple at this. Oh my god, this is the strat. I bet the light poles are gone already, unfortunately.
Oh, I didn't see any more. I do like the light pulse strat.
That took
Oh,
care
yeah.
of way too many. There we go. That's 20. That was very fast. I don't know why I didn't think these light poles into this now. So Dr. Shea says we might be able to understand what the robots are saying. So right when we need it, we're going to learn the ability to analyze and understand any language.
Whoa.
But if you're playing in Japanese, that doesn't let you understand Japanese, unfortunately. I tried.
Huh?
Because I don't understand what they're saying anyway. And then when this cutscene starts, I still can't speak Japanese. So I, the player, still don't understand what they're saying. They're saying we must salute the humans, and they think they're saluting them by freezing them.
Enough small talk. Fight or you shall perish, Tobio.
He keeps calling me Toby. I don't know what that's about.
Strong you really
Obito?
So I mentioned the Voltorbs here. What if I said there was an electrode?
Unbelievable.
I mean, that would make sense because that's how it works in Hisui. Is you have the Lord of the Mountain. Which Lord is it again? Lord of the
Who knows?
I don't remember. I just know Lady of the Ridge.
Yeah, because it's the only lady in the game.
Yeah, and it's also the best
True.
of the best of the lords and ladies.
So they're terrorizing the city now, as things do in this game. That guy's dual wielding children.
That was impressive.
Dual wielding children.
That guy's jacked. Like those kids at least weigh like 40 pounds each. Minimum. And there's our electrode. So I don't know if there's any light poles here, but we could try. The way I've been doing this is just throwing the Voltorbs into him when they close. Oh wait, there's light poles right there. I see them.
Okay.
Are those rendered? Oh, there's just one right there.
Hey yo.
New strat acquired.
It's clobbering time.
It's morphin' time.
Oh, that did not do nearly as much as I wanted it to. Throw the. All right, this is a terrible idea. He's immune to light pole.
Okay.
What? I
Well.
threw it. Oh my god. All right, I'm gonna go get a new Voltorb. That one's protected.
That one's a dud.
What are you doing? Stop. Cease and desist, please. It didn't target him. Everything is square.
The spike got me. It was like you were playing Foursquare and you did like a cherry bomb
There.
on
All right,
the
where's
ground.
the light pole? Where's the light pole? I'm mad.
Right there.
Little brother. Oh.
I almost thought you threw him off the like ledge.
You can, but he just jumps back up. It's very anticlimactic.
No. I thought that
Okay,
would
so
be
I
a
at
good
least
strat.
want to use these guys to close him, so he's easier to hit. I can hit him all the way up and all the way down. Yeesh.
Nice.
Yeah, this is not as good as throw strats, but this is way more satisfying. I feel like the little balls do a lot more. Yeah, that's a lot more.
Ooh. Ooh.
Light pole was fun while it lasted. Again, don't be sad light pole's gone. Be happy light pole happened. There we go.
Whoa.
The people in the chat demand more light pole. I can try.
Hey, nice job beating the Electrode, especially before the tactical nuke.
I don't actually. Apparently, you're supposed to stop them before they get to the Ministry of Science, like the building that was right there. But I don't actually know what happens when they get there because you have way too much time to do things in this game.
We must apologize for what we have.
Nice. We're analyzing
done to
the
everyone,
Electrode speech
Astro.
now. We're sorry.
Please
We didn't realize. They said a man commanded us to salute our human masters, but we did not know it would harm them. We did not know it would freeze them. So the whole freezing thing was their way of just being like,
Misunderstanding.
"You're the best.
We Gucci.
We like you guys. We love you guys so much. We want you to stop moving forever."
Those robots.
And I bet you can take a wild guess who the man was that commanded them to do that.
After that plan was abandoned, they were thrown into
It was probably Getsus.
never to fulfill
So they were supposed to terraform Venus, but they didn't do that. So they ended up in the ocean at some point.
by Dr. Ten.
And they never actually ended up doing anything on Venus. Okay, so now on to our regularly scheduled lore. Because we were in the middle of lore with Dr. O'Shea, and all of a sudden these robots had to just, act up. So we're gonna go back up to the Ministry of Science. Except we don't
Yeah,
actually
he
have
was
to go
ki-
up.
He was kind of calling us son or something.
Yeah, Tobio is Dr. Tenma said that Tobio is my son. And that's great and all, but this is Astro. What does that have to do with Tobio?
Yeah. Wrong kid, dude.
Wrong kid.
Stranger danger.
Yeah, so we're gonna get the climax of that lore right now. As soon as we talk to the professor. Or the doctor.
The professor.
Professor
You're
Doctor.
safe.
I'm too Pokemon pilled, man.
What's wrong? Is something
Well,
bothering
that's because
you?
I'm trying to get you Pokemon
Are you
filled.
thinking about
Yeah.
what Tenma said?
Okay, so this is our second and final
Dr.
anime
Tenma was
cutscene.
once a great robot engineer.
Yes.
But the robots he created were so advanced, he believed they were the greatest beings on this planet. Eventually, his dreams of creating the perfect robot became
I wish there were
twisted,
subtitles.
and he started to believe that humans were destined to be ruled by robots. And to this end, he began designing the ultimate robot, the king of robots. One day, his son Tobio was in a serious accident. This tragedy pushed his mind over the edge, causing him to actually go through with the development of the king of robots. He decided to revive Tobio in a body that could never die. He wanted to turn Tobio into the king of robots. He poured all his passion into his work, like a man obsessed. Soon after, Tenma was ostracized from the scientific community, and I was put in charge of finishing your development.
All right, TLDR, he thought robots should rule over people, and his son died in a tragic accident, and he wanted to put his son into a body that could never die, and here we are.
Huh?
So his son Tobio was a real kid,
Astro.
and this was supposed to be his replacement for Tobio.
Sure, I love Pinocchio.
Oh, but Astro is also destroying Metro City right now.
Less Pinocchio.
Astro was on the news just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, he's like it's also like a reverse Pinocchio situation because he wants to, like, I don't know, like he's a robot that's, you know, okay with being a robot, but he like wants to become his, I don't know. He doesn't really care about becoming human. He just, like, I don't know, he has like human empathy and all that.
Gotcha.
All right, so we're destroying Metro City right now. Apparently, we have to figure out what the confusion is there. Spider-Man memes.
It's still one of my favorites to this day.
So there's a bunch of things over here that are terrorizing everything. You see, you use the X-ray vision for the third time. I'm sorry, I lied again. You can see them a little bit closer.
I was gonna say there's gonna be an easy way to tell the fake from the real one.
It was a bunch of fakes.
You can tell. Well, you can tell by the way they wield a light pole. And
Ever
if
seen a
they're
man wield a light pole like me?
yeah, if they're insufficient at it, fake.
God, there's so many. things to
GG,
target.
bad guys.
I hate controlling all three dimensions with one thing.
With square.
With square, everything's square.
Height is square. Flight is square. Rotate
Please
square.
hit the robot. I don't like. I want to hit them with the third punch, especially. That's like the most powerful, I guess. Oh, I don't have that yet. I was trying to use the arm cannon, but I don't have that ability yet. Spoilers. Yeah, that one's dead. Good riddance.
I mean, they do kind of have your hair, but
It's a little bit more exaggerated, I think. They just went
it
like,
is funny that that third punch is just the yeet punch.
yeah, if you don't get it, you're not killing anything. So I gotta be like, Square was punched, but all of a sudden Square was spin attack, so I didn't get any punches.
Yeet. He gone.
Oh, that one's dead. I think there's a second one.
Bye.
All right. Good lord. So we finally get the arm cannon, and I can play a little bit. I can play a little bit better because I don't have to use my little digibeam to make sure they're dead. I can just turn my whole arm into like a bazooka and just annihilate them.
Tobio, my son, you have not yet reached your full potential. Show the world what you can do. Show me how much more.
This guy gives me mixed emotions.
Dr. Tenma, he's a good guy. He's a really nice
He
guy.
like wants us to be the best that we can be.
It's his son. Of course he wants the best for his boy.
Yeah,
But he has a not perfect way of going about it.
that's why I'm confused.
All the light poles in the city have a "if ye be worthy" clause on them, so evil Astros can't lift them. Yeah, that sounds good to me.
They're all Mjolnir.
Let's roll. Let's roll with that.
Hey, that arm cannon thingy's pretty good.
Oh yeah, it's really good.
Let me guess. Let me guess. Square.
Triangle.
Whoa.
I know.
Whoa.
Circle is digibeam, then triangle is the arm cannon. All right, but the problem is that the arm cannon consumes a lot of energy, and I actually can't use it right now. I'm holding triangle. You can hold triangle and kind of buffer it whenever it's available to use it, but it needs like 8 orange bars, and I have to wait until it's available again. It's a very, very powerful attack, so they obviously limited the usage of it.
Ah, so the bars are like your ATB gauge or whatever.
Yeah, they're my power gauge. Exactly.
I play video games. Oh, you needed that one. You didn't need the arm cannon for that guy. There's a whole lot of them. Why is there like...
There we go. That was pretty clean.
Why is there like a baker's dozen of fake U's?
You're not the
Oh, I forgot to mention Shadow's coming back.
Oh yeah. More Sonic the
Mega Man
Hedgehog.
Zero.
Oh, he's got the arm cannon too.
You're not the only one with an arm cannon. You're the faker.
You're the faker.
Just tell me they're not the same archetype. Just tell me. Try to tell me that this edgy dude is not the same edgy energy as Shadow the Hedgehog. And in a Sonic team game, you know, they were like, they watched the anime and they're like, I want that in my game. Because we've done that before,
Well,
and we know people like that.
I was gonna say this game was made in the early 2000s, so like MCR was like the hot band,
Sure.
and like 30 Seconds to Mars. So like, you know, emo was cool.
Still is cool, what?
Yeah, I still listen to it.
Oh, please let me shoot with your arm cannon. Trying to like damage boost through it. I don't think that actually hit him. I think that literally just blocked the shots that he was trying to send at me. So I'm trying to hit him with the arm cannon when he can't dodge it, when he's like fully committed to an attack. That's kind of my main strategy here. Yeah, like by the time he's like on his third swing of his wannabe light pole, he's unable to dodge my attack.
The wannabe light pole.
He wishes it was a light pole, man. He wishes.
She sure does.
It's like the sword in the stone. Only King Arthur could pull it. But, you know, Atlas wants to be us so bad.
We're just gonna call all the light poles Excalibur.
I'm down. I can live in this reality. Alright. So, it's good that I have this. Where are you going? The thing that I wanted to hit you into is down here. I was gonna say, the fact that he was like downed and I could like punch him into one of these buildings is good because I have to wait for my arm cannon to recharge anyway. And now he won't.
I was just hoping that there was just a light pole at the top of one of these roofs. Roof people need to see at night.
It's a lot less important. They chose to live on the roof. They knew what they were doing. I'm so close. I'm so close. Just like a punch. All right, another punch.
There we go.
Anyways.
We beat Shadow.
Yeah, that is the last of Atlas because there's no coming back from that.
Oh,
He's dead.
just like exploded.
He's very dead.
How did you do that to him?
Very easily.
Well, everything you said about like how stealing is bad, and then you just steal his power.
Yeah, not as easy as with a light pole, but very easily nonetheless. Like, I eventually stopped caring about taking damage just because I'm not gonna die. I'm gonna get more value out of like damage boosting and staying where I am than I am actually trying to dodge things. It's kind of like the Electrode battle in Arceus.
Oh,
Or,
he
like-
just completely exploded.
Oh yeah, he's like very dead. I
Oh,
don't
he's
know
dead
if-
at a molecular
I don't know if
level.
I made that clear enough, but he's very, very, very dead.
Yeah, at
Super
first he
dead.
was just like, you killed me. And then he just literally like rips the fabric of his atomic structure.
It's funny,
apart.
he's like, I don't understand. I have the same thing you do. Why do you have that I don't? Light pole. The answer's light pole, buddy. I'm sorry.
The answer is light bulb.
In Lightball we trust.
Light pole. I did not realize how much of a joke it is to use a light pole until I came into this broadcast.
I told you I was gonna be unhinged on this commentary.
I was like, okay, yeah, so you use the light poles because they're way stronger. And I probably should have stopped there and went, light poles? I just
Light
never put
poles.
two and two together and how funny it was.
This is-
to just yank
this
a
is
light
now a
pole out of the
meme.
ground and start beating people. That never occurred to me. But now it's my favorite thing ever.
I'm glad to see you are all right. You should stay and recharge.
So he's saying we have to recharge, although we just got a full heal from beating Atlas. And we're just gonna go outside again, no big deal. Uh-oh. The house is rumbling.
There's
It's not gonna explode from the inside. No, is it?
All right, so we're gonna step outside, and we are gonna see that there's now this giant robot Luigi spinning onto our lawn.
Is Luigi spinning?
And his whole thing is he just wants to fight us to prove that we're better. It's like meet me in the playground at like 4 p.m. after school, and like
Who are you?
just so I'm better than you. I don't know. Like there's no purpose other than that.
Powerful robot in the world.
He says he's created to be the most
Oh.
powerful robot in the world, and he challenges us to a fight on the playground after school.
Listen, I respect it. He didn't come down and kick down your door with a light pole. He just said, "I just want to fight you."
When I did like 3 runs of this earlier today, and I had to like after my first run, I was like, oh wait, no, I couldn't use the light pole because light pole's not stronger than the arm cannon. I had to like stop myself. Don't grab the light pole. Don't grab the light pole on my second and third runs because I had to talk myself down from grabbing a light pole.
Okay, but hear me out. What if light pole? Yeah,
Yeah, I'm down.
Have I sold you on the light pole?
I'm beyond sold. Let's do it.
Come on, this bad boy can fit so many light poles.
The pioneers used to ride these babies for miles. How we do it in the old school.
It's not just a lamp.
It's a pole. God, dude, I'm not gonna make it through this. We still have 40 more minutes. I'm not gonna make it. So these guys, all right, I'll pick up light pole, but I have to beat them with not light pole. Just fair warning. They can only be defeated by light pole.
Yeah, let's go. Oh no! He just like
He just melted it.
Yoinked it straight out of your hand.
Please let me spin your brother. Anybody's played Mario 64 before knows what we're doing here. Oh, I've never realized they can just block you like that. This never happened to me. All right.
That's the power of light pole, baby. That's the power of pole.
All right.
Oh, it just straight up is from Mario 64.
Yeah, they literally just put Bowser throws in the game because they knew they had to compete with Mario 64. This game's already such a gem, but it's such a tight race between this and Mario 64 for the best game ever.
Whee! Oh, you
I
missed.
barely missed. You know, that's funny because it actually usually like locks on to the thing that will blow it up. Where is he? There he is.
No, this is perfect.
on!
You just gotta.
Oh my
whoa!
Dude, I've never had so much interference.
Slam with the light pole, and then Bowser throw him into the.
Yeah.
I was trying to hit the other one, but whatever.
There.
There.
There we go. All right, you, buddy.
He's scared.
He was hiding from me. He knows the power. He's seen the power demonstrated, and he doesn't want any of the smoke. All right, I think there's some more guys up here.
This will never not get old.
All right, there were 2 guys up there. They've been swiftly dealt with. Please. I know you're scared, but just...
Yeah, you can run.
You have every right to
run,
be-
but you
No, don't
can't
grab the
hide from
light
the
pole.
light pole.
All right. You have every right to be scared, but I need you to come here, please. You're wasting time. You're delaying the inevitable. Everyone's going to catch these hands.
Everyone's gonna catch these poles.
It only takes 2 light pole hits. It's crazy. I wonder how that translates to fists. I actually don't know. That one just fell into the ground. I swear. I saw it. Maybe it blew
Okay,
up.
so like, I know you're yanking the light poles out of the ground, but what are these like towers that you're throwing them into? I want to know who builds
I think they're
those.
filled with fuel or something. Like they're like water towers, but for explosive material.
Okay, well, whose job is it to repair that?
I don't know. They don't get paid enough though. They do not get paid nearly as much as they should. Yeah, now they're taking a retreating. They
know that. They
here on
know.
Wave 3, they understand the power.
Tell the other robots what you just saw.
They let their boys in advance know what's going on. Yeah, it's just cowardice at this point. Respect the pole. All right, there we go. All right, that's the end of that. That was the warm-up for Pluto. Oh, he doesn't have a light pole in his hand.
Imagine he just destroys all the light poles.
That,
He's like, what are you gonna do now? That's the real bad guy strat.
Yeah, that's like when Bowser starts like destroying, or when Ganondorf like destroys like the first layer of the battlefield. They just, after phase 1, they just get rid of the light poles. All right, so light poles are not going to be very effective on Acheron here. Same way they weren't effective on Electrode. I'm going to want to use the arm cannon here. It just does way more damage. Oh. Maybe if I get, like, maybe if I have, like, no, like, energy left to use the arm cannon, I'll use the light poles, but otherwise, I think I'm just sticking with the arm
I
cannon.
love that you've exploded these, like, explosive tanks, but they will still explode. Like, what kind of explosive are you gonna throw me into now? They're all destroyed.
The same one, big guy.
Surprise!
Don't fix what ain't broke.
Thought you were gonna pick up the light pole for a second.
I was thinking about it. I had to stop myself. Oh wait, I'm out of energy. Guess what that means?
You know what time it is then.
What is he doing? Oh, he's about to hand laser me. It didn't destroy the light pole. Oh my god, we're in there. No, it did!
Oh.
Disgusting.
Boo!
Boo this man.
Boo this man. Respect the light. Respect the power of the pole.
All right, so I have time to grab a pole. Oh, get away. Grab the pole. Save the pole.
No.
I got it.
Yes.
Oh, he's gonna hit me. No, I broke my pole. Wait, did it fall? No, punch is punch.
What is?
I was trying to use square to dash and get away, but square just happened to be punched in that instance.
What was that T-pose spin attack?
So he's like creating an inverse tornado. Whatever you call that. I think you still call that a tornado.
I think you would call it an anti-cyclonic
Oh my god, I'm about to die. I sure was about to die.
I mean, it depends on what way he was spinning. Would determine if he's spinning cyclonically or anti-cyclonically, and if this world takes place in the northern or southern hemispheres, because the Coriolis effect
I just
actually
realized.
matters.
I didn't realize until the very end that I was that close to death.
Yeah, you had like 3 bars.
While he's doing the tornado, I remember I would like to break these little blue cubes that are just scattered around this area, because those will give you a little bit more life. And while I can't hit him anyway, I might as well be doing that. I just forgot to do that, but it worked out anyway. It's fine.
And then you get to steal his power.
Yeah, we're doing fine.
Da 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 da.
Oh, I'm gonna steal a lot more in this power.
Or something.
Watch this. This is a pretty climactic scene here. So Tenma has created Pluto to test us, and that was our final test. So we're all good to be king of robots, you know?
Finish him off, and you shall be the greatest
I
robot in the world.
mean,
You shall be king
yes?
of robots.
I thought this was more of like a democracy.
What is the matter, Tobio?
Like we could just vote who the king of the robots was.
When has a monarchy ever been a democracy?
Why are you not
In the traditional sense.
In the traditional sense.
you trying to say?
Listen,
I think
pulled.
I think England's technically still a monarchy, but no, not really.
Well, you did pull Excalibur.
Oh,
the
this
light
is Bigger
post
Boot.
from.
So suddenly this bigger, shinier version of Pluto shows up, and that surprises everybody, including Tenma.
Oh,
And here we have Shadow. This guy's name is actually Shadow, not like fake Shadow.
I thought you were kidding.
No, his name is actually Shadow.
So this is just Shadow.
Yes, his name is Shadow.
Right before the final boss, Sonic.
You're only human after all. It would be wise
I mean,
to learn their
the final boss is a rocket ship.
What goes
I
faster?
didn't want to spoil it. Good question.
Sonic or a
Astro
rocket
Boy goes faster than it.
ship? Yeah, that's
but-
true. Okay.
Thank you, Astro.
So, Pluto suddenly likes us a lot, and he wants us to remember him. He's going to give us his heart before they split him in half. I guess. It's kind of gross, but whatever, man.
Oh,
Ew, thanks,
so
I guess.
that's what hearts look like.
Yeah, I know nobody's ever seen a heart outside of a, body before, but that is exactly what they look like.
A robot body.
You fool. You weren't wielding a light pole. You stood no chance.
Astro, I shall prepare a place befitting of your grave.
So suddenly, Tenma is like, oh, there's a bigger problem here. And now he's a proud father, suddenly. He's suddenly a proud father.
Beyond anything
Your powers are beyond anything I've ever dreamed of.
you
You are no longer my Tobio.
Tobio.
Wait, I thought that was the whole point.
The name Astro suits you better. He's coming to terms with the fact that this is not his son.
Unlock your ultimate
And this is like a force for good with humanity. So we get 1 million horsepower, which is a lot of horses. It's quite a few horses.
I'll tell you, man, my F1 car would go pretty fast with 1 million horsepower.
Yeah.
Hey, it's the Magnemite. And it's the Steals a Lot kid.
And
And the Electrode.
And Shadow.
Yeah,
And Shadow again. And then Pluto, who gave us his big, ugly, disgusting heart. Let's go.
And it's so we can beat Shadow again.
A different, yeah.
But the real Shadow, not... Well, listen, wield a light pole, and then we'll decide what Shadow you
Oh,
are.
I forgot where I am. This is just, you're suddenly back in this laboratory. I guess this is where he took you to give you the... Square is everything. Press square on the podium. Oh my God. All right. It's so frustrating that square is every action in this game. Yeah, punch the door. Go for it, big guy. All right, nosy powers activated. Shadow has retreated to... Oh, an Acheron. That's what the name of that robot is Acheron. And we're going to the volcano.
Oh.
Yeah.
Robot versus Volcano. Nothing can go wrong.
No, it's robot versus robot in volcano.
Oh.
This is the only possible setting for a robot versus robot showdown. And he wanted to take us to a place where there were no light poles. So that could never be a factor.
But surprise! There are light poles coming out of the magma.
No, there are no light poles. He made a wise choice. There are no light poles.
That volcano is going to erupt light poles into the atmosphere.
Please. God, that'd be such a better game.
Be so good. Be so powerful.
All right, so like I said, Japanese version, it's like, oh no, I don't know where I'm going. Oh, look, there it is. that happened to me earlier today when I was playing the Japanese version. I'm like, I know where I'm supposed to go, but I don't know where in this giant samey city where everything looks exactly the same. It is, but then I saw this little, I recognized this color. I'm like, oh, that's where I'm supposed to go. Cool. Luckily, the thing was an eyesight of where I'm supposed to go. Okay, so if you have any announcements to read, now's a good time. This area is boring.
Sure. Yeah, we can go over a few things. We have some announcements we haven't been able to get through yet since we only have a couple games on the show tonight. For example, if you weren't aware, your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel help support Games Done Quick Hotfix, so please consider subscribing if you enjoy the daily speedrunning content. On the flip side of that, if you happen to be watching on YouTube at some point in the future, be sure to press the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel. Also, you can come on over to twitch.tv/gamesdonequick if you're interested in looking at our daily live content.
I couldn't help but smirk there because you said the like button, and I implemented a channel point reward for 1 point that makes a little thumbs up at the bottom, and there's like a clicking animation, and it's just the most pointless thing ever, but everyone goes nuts over it. Like there's always like buttons every time I can literally in real time see how effective my call to action is. As soon as I say, be sure to click the like button, everyone who's like, oh yeah, I haven't clicked like yet. And it's on Twitch, which is pointless.
Yeah.
It's just a channel point reward. Everyone in the chat room voluntarily donating 1 channel point.
Everyone take notes. That is engagement, folks. That's what it is.
How many channel points do you think Shen would set his like button at?
Oh, too many. One is too many. I wish it was free. I wish it was as free as actually liking a YouTube video.
Shen would probably set it at like 500,000 and then also have a channel point that says reduce the cost of the like button.
So we can have democracy or anarchy. There's also another one that says like increase the cost of the like button.
Increase the cost of the...
For those that want to watch the world burn.
But make increase the cost of the like button like 1,000 channel points and decrease like 100,000.
This area is really confusing, so I'm like having to kind of focus where I'm going. All my notes say is the door that's not covered by a rock is the correct one. That's all my notes say.
And that's all you need to know.
That's really all I need to know. As long as I can see a door, I know where I'm supposed to be going.
I don't
that's
know
what it's like in those big rooms. In this room, every door's covered by a rock. So
I didn't know that volcano anatomy came with like landmines, like floating landmines inside the volcano.
I think this has been booby trapped, surely. I think a little bit, because like there's also little light fixtures, and I don't think those were there before.
Wait, where there's the light fixture, there could be...
No, T-Pat, I know where you're going with this. No, I promise you, I don't want you to get your hopes up. There are no light poles in Brocken Volcano.
And listen, someone put lights in the volcano. They can put a light pole.
Right, but the person that was using this as a base knows what I'm capable of with a light pole. They watched my fight versus Pluto.
So like the engineer is like, yeah, so we could put like a series of like 5 light poles, and like, no light poles.
Shadow just starts like Darth Vader choking him. You want to put what in there?
Throws him in the volcano as an act of evil.
All I'm saying is, what is a volcano if not nature's first light pole?
That's profound. I like
it.
That.
Is profound.
Wow.
Yeah, it's deep. Think about it when it erupts. No?
It's like a planetary light pole.
There it is.
So yeah, this area literally just goes on and on and on. It's very repetitive. So I'm glad we've had some meaningful light pole discussion. That's a light fixture right there. And I guess where there's a fixture, there can be a pole.
Could be, but it is the bad guy lair.
They know better. These are smart bad guys. I need to find the door.
Yeah, the dumb bad guy.
Oh my god, where's
like,
the door? There we go.
willingly like walked into an area with 20 light poles. And it's like, dude, you gone messed up.
I need to wait for square to say open. I didn't want to start mashing square and then just rocket into the door and ricochet the other way.
Just punch the door and have it like slap you back.
It'd be even worse with spin attack, because like spin attack, it's like, let's rock it, and then you just rock it right into the wall and go the other way. It's like, no, I wanted to go there. Actually, I think the sun was the first light pole.
Yeah, the planetary light, not the sun.
I have been waiting for you, Astro. You must learn.
If we could harness the power of the sun pole,
A liability, a weakness.
be undefeatable.
That's actually the final upgrade. We just wheeled. That's why they're sending us into space to investigate the sun.
Your art blaster turns into just a light pole.
God, it's like you know, it just summons a pole like out of my hand like Wolverine claws.
Just a retractable pole.
Oh my god, that make this game so much better and so much easier. Imagine if the pole had 1,000,000 horsepower. That's really what invalidated the light pole, was the move to 1,000,000 horsepower, which apparently makes our arm cannon stronger too.
Yeah, if we had a 1,000,000 watt light pole, we'd be cooking.
Oh, please hit. I mean, my notes actually just say don't do Bowser throws unless you can't do very many arm cannons. But like, I don't know, like I don't think the arm cannon does anything to him when he's like down and ready to take a Bowser throw.
This is the third fight that you've done Bowser throws.
Yeah, and it's the last, I think, unfortunately. So, if you like the Bowser throws, I regret to inform you that that's
No!
that's
Veto.
we're losing that privilege.
Bring back Bowser throws.
Yeah, every time the game introduces something you like, they just take it away from you. We had light pole, we lost light pole.
I know.
We had Bowser throw, we lost Bowser throw. So please, dude. And this should do it, hopefully. This fight's actually faster than Pluto, which is crazy. He's supposed to be like the super advanced version of Pluto. And that was just a joke. I guess it's because we have the arm cannon. I mean,
Yeah, you are 1,000,000 horsepower now, so seems like a pretty significant upgrade.
We want light poles. The chat's rioting for light poles. What do I do? I can't give them what they desire. Maybe I can. Well, actually, no, we're about to go to space, and there's no light poles in space.
Oh, if we just, I think that's
Can I
fine.
bring
that-
one?
That's
Can I
what
bring one with
can't.
me and just not drop it ever?
I think light poles could exist in space.
I mean, the light pole strategy for the Voltorbs was really, really good. I'm surprised I didn't really think of that before. I might have thought of it at some point. I've been running this game for technically 9 years. Almost 10. Yes, I submitted my first run, like I said, in February of 2014.
And then you got into, when did you get into Pokemon then?
Later that year. With
Okay.
Mystery Dungeon.
I was gonna say Mystery Dungeon, right?
Before that, I was running Mario.
Is that, did you do OG Red Blue Mystery Dungeon team? I said that in the wrong order.
Yeah, what I knew what you were trying to say. Yeah, the Red and Blue Rescue Team was my first Pokemon game. So like I ran Mario in 2013 at the very end, like Sunshine and 64, and then I had this game lying around. I was like, I was in that phase where I speedrun anything I had a copy of.
Yep.
So this was that game. And then I just moved on to Pokemon and never really looked back. But I did have one little phase in 2018-19 where I really wanted to improve, and then I brought my PB down like 15 more minutes. And then today, while I was derusting for this show, I brought my record down a couple more minutes. So
Always improving.
always.
There was just a Mystery Dungeon at the FF event this past week, right?
I believe
Yeah, I
there
think-
was, yeah.
I would assume it was Epic Yoshi Master.
Yeah.
When in doubt, it's Epic Yoshi Master.
It was Explorers of Sky. I was just looking it up on the YouTube page, in fact.
Yeah, I would assume it was any percent without cutscenes.
That's probably right.
I'm really happy PMD is getting at least some exposure now. So it was kind of hard, because I was submitting Red and Blue Rescue Team. It's what I perceived to have the best chance to get into a marathon. When you have a long game, you have to kind of just be like, all right, you have to be realistic. They have to fit everybody on the schedule, whatever. And after all that, I never got in with PMD, but then I submitted Legends Arceus, and that same year I get Arceus in, PMD gets in with a randomizer. I'm like, okay, I didn't get to do it, but at least somebody got to do it.
Yeah.
It was cool. to
PMD
see.
games are so fun.
It's really fun. You should play the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games if you haven't already. They're on. I was about to say they're on the Wii U eShop, but wait a minute. That's down.
Don't worry, they'll. Well, I've got DX, which is the Switch version, the remake.
Yeah, that's probably the game I would recommend for a new player to play, because if you're an oldie like me, I cannot stand the latency on inputs in DX. It drives me nuts. Because the DS games are so snappy and you instantly move the moment you press a D-pad direction. But on the Switch, it feels like the game has to think about it.
Yeah, the 3DS D-pad's like the best D-pad in all of video games.
Yeah, it just feels like, I don't know, it might just be like Twitch natural input delay, but I don't know. Oops. I just let him just assassinate me. I was like trying to arm cannon him, then I remembered when you try to arm cannon and they have those shields, they'll instantly like put the shield up to protect themselves, so I had to like stop doing the arm cannon, and by then he'd already, long live the king. Just put the gun up to my head. But yeah, nowadays I do a lot more Pokemon content, and I did Mystery Dungeon for pretty much 8 years after I started running this. So 2014 to 2022, and then Legends Arceus came out, and I've been addicted ever since. It's such a fun speed.
Boom.
Yeah. That was a really cool run.
Yeah, I did it at Midwest Speed Fest. You were there.
Mm-hmm. It sure was. Only come down further since then.
Please let me go. I would like to go. I don't know what it is to get past those guys. I just keep bashing my head against them until they let me in. All right, so this is just kind of like a race to the finish, just like getting to the top of this area as fast as possible. Shadow's been building a rocket down here. That's our final boss.
Who puts drills on their rocket?
People that want to cut through space to go faster, Teapot.
Oh, is
question.
that how
Next question.
It's called aerodynamics.
Aerodynamics works. That was my question.
Clearly. Works here. I don't know, do light poles work as efficiently in the real world?
Clearly, I need to retake my fluid dynamics class from junior year in college.
Yeah, I think there's a few things that work differently in Metro City than they do in our reality.
Yeah, like light poles have an infinite power.
Watch what happens when you try to dash on a bunch of stairs. It just doesn't work.
You were, I was gonna say you were getting the Scarlet and Violet experience there.
A little bit. I still have not dropped nearly as many frames, but I'm feeling it.
At least you didn't get a random encounter next to the tree by an oinkalage, but it
drills aren't fluids. I don't know why that would be relevant. That's so true.
Can't fight the logic. You just can't.
You're too late.
Oh my god, I finally get a drink break.
I am leaving this pitiful planet to travel into outer space and create my
This is like the section of the game with like the most unskippable cutscenes that you don't have to put any inputs in on. That's kind of nice.
One would think that if the 3 drills are all spinning in the same direction, that the force the ship would have to put on it would rotate the ship in the other direction at the same time. But what do I know about physics? I'm just a weatherman.
Yeah, you're supposed to just control the weather and give us what we want. Is it like ice that's shaking off? I never realized that before.
Is it ice from the Voltorbs?
I guess I was just freezing it in place to make it easier to work on, I suppose.
Maybe it was using liquid nitrogen.
It's actually like the last save point right there. This is one of those games that once you beat the game, they just let you resume from your last save. There's nothing afterwards. Why are we stopping Shadow? He wants to vibe in space. Well, the rocket's going to space, but then it's coming down on the pointy direction. So that's kind of the issue we're trying to deal with here.
Wait, are you saying that Shadow is his main evil plan is to destroy all the light poles on Earth.
He's realized that they're a menace to society that must be stopped.
And the only way to stop it is to get rid of all of them.
Let me say cool the weather down in Texas for me, please. It's 99 degrees at 8:30 p.m. Please.
Yep.
We have not had a single night. Like somebody told me, it has not been below 80 degrees Fahrenheit in Texas or in DFW, the metroplex that I live in, since July 31st.
That checks out.
And that was probably nights.
that was probably like a night, and then the whole month and a half before that was probably the same.
I'm also in Texas and can vouch. It's hard down here.
It's rough.
It's
really rough.
Grass is having a tough time.
Meanwhile, in the Pacific Northwest, everything's on fire.
Yeah, obviously much more rough there.
I can't breathe the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just looked down at my temperature thing on my monitor, expecting to see triple digits, but being pleasantly surprised that it wasn't.
It starts with a 9.
Only 99 today. Pretty cool day. I might wear a coat.
might need to break out my GDQ hoodie.
Man.
Wait, there are pointy ends on both ends.
So I guess there's no winning here, huh?
Yeah.
So we're in space, and it's about as empty as you'd imagine.
How can you tell what direction is up?
It's really hard. It's really hard.
Like, I'm not playing the game, and I'm just like, you are going to be so discombobulated doing these fights.
It's so bad. I don't remember where the other guys are right now. I'm just going to have to feel my way around. I think
just
they're
press
over
square
there,
until it works, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah, that's basically how you play the game. You press square until it does the action you want. So these guys, I don't think we've fought them yet, but when they're like this, when their front armor's blown off, they will regenerate. And exactly with the punch combo into arm cannon, I knocked their armor off, and then, well, okay, I guess I'm missing this window. I was gonna say, I barely have enough time to get past the window of them regenerating their armor because the arm cannon comes out so fast. Oh, it would if little brother over here wouldn't just ruin everything. Okay, I've never seen these guys team work so hard. Gotta be honest.
Jeez.
Again, no, don't, Mr. President, get down. Oh my God.
New strategy: get rid of the little ones.
I'm in pain.
But with the S, but actually space.
I'm in pace.
You're in pace, but without the S.
Alright, yeah. See,
There
so like
we go.
they didn't get a chance
Okay.
to regenerate because the punch combo ends. The reason I can't do 2 arm cannons is the. Okay. I guess I just broke his armor of times. He just gave up.
He quits.
Anyways, banger alert.
Wait, how's this horse galloping in space?
The robots.
I am the Blue Knight.
Yeah, it doesn't mean they get to defy physics.
Keep out the robots.
Over robots. It is time to declare our independence.
This too much blue.
This hurts my brain so much.
Astro.
So, absolute banger alert. This is one of the best songs in the game, and it's not in the Japanese version, which is why I opted to go with English today. One of many reasons.
Was wondering what was the holdover.
This fight song is so much worse in Japanese. I don't understand.
Their own greed.
You're wrong.
Very well. Then fight for what you believe. I shall.
If it were Origin Palkia,
Oppose me.
it would move the
That is
space
Origin Palkia.
around.
It's the same color.
It
It's the
Yeah.
same color.
We can never escape the
Let me
Pokemon
explain.
trap.
If it were Origin Palkia, Palkia moves the space around it. It does not move through space. That is how its power works.
Whatever works, whatever gets the job done.
Whatever.
You
else
move
we
through
sleep at
space,
night.
moves through you, whatever.
Well, they explain in Futurama that that's how the rocket ship flies. Is that it technically moves the space around it.
Mm-hmm.
That is canon. So it just uses Palkia energy. It has whatever the orb is, not the Grisius orb. That's the one for Giratina.
So same thing with the Blue Knight here as I was doing with Atlas, where I'm waiting until he absolutely cannot plan around it to hit him with the arm cannon. Like when he's doing those dash attacks at me, he doesn't have the option to do anything afterwards, so he has to take the arm cannon. And I actually have a really funny strat for the second phase of this fight when it's just the Blue Knight.
It's light poles.
No, it's not light poles, but it's funny.
It's Bowser throwing him into the moon.
Oh wait, I forgot this. When he's below half, he does like 2 attacks. Yeah. I dodged that. I'll have you know. Okay. So the problem is you have to hold. I'm just gonna hit him. Just gonna stand around, little guy. You have to hold triangle for quite a bit and then let go to use the arm cannon. And I didn't hold it long enough, just barely, so it like canceled itself. That's what happened here. We're almost done here. And then his horse, Lido, will have taken too much damage, and he's going to put Lido away. I forgot again. All right, now he's dead. Cool. That's phase 1. And Origin Palkia has a bit too many boo-boos, so it's going to have to sit out of phase 2.
Stay back. I shall finish this.
And the fight strat here is very funny. So he has a sword, right?
This traitor alone.
And every time I try to use the arm cannon, he's going to put up his sword to block it in anticipation of me using it before I ever fully use it. Like that. And then I'll be able to punch him. And I can just rinse and repeat the strategy until he foolishly puts away the sword.
Way to manip him. Psych.
He's put away the sword. He's an idiot.
Boom.
He can't block it now. Oh, wait, it's back. Wait, I've never seen him take the sword back out. Oh, wait, I can just do the same strategy. It's fine. I think I hit him with that one. Oh, the sword's gone again. Okay, cool. Oh, please hold it right.
He's learning.
Yeah, the arm cannon ends up doing a lot. He's like inside of my hitbox and maybe getting hit like twice. So that just kind of destroys him really quickly. But yeah, it's funny. As soon as, sorry, that's never happened before. It might have happened before, I don't know. But I was messing with that today and I'm like, wait a minute. Every time I'm charging the arm cannon, not using, charging, he's like, I'm gonna block it. But I'm like, wait a minute. So if you do that, you're not doing any other attack. And I can just instantly like let go of the button and cancel it and then still hit you. And then I can get you to go back into the blocking animation and then I can hit you again. It's free real estate.
Strength from your trust in humans. But why do you believe in them so strongly? Are you programmed to do so?
But he wanted us to help him destroy humanity. Not a big favor, but we didn't really want to do that.
I trust them because I know they care about me.
Yeah, humanity also includes all the light poles.
Mm-hmm.
We can't destroy that.
I mean, if we don't have humanity, well, I mean, I think the robots do a lot. Like they do like cleaning and maintenance and stuff. So maybe a robot's actually replanting the light poles.
We should pay that robot more.
We don't pay robots. What? we don't.
Careful what you say.
We
There's
use
gonna be a
robots,
robot
we don't
union
have to pay people.
in the future. The robot unions actually control
The
most
robot,
of the robot
union.
It gives you strength.
That's what. Oh my god, there actually is like a robot union in the movie on Netflix. It's funny. There's like the RRF, the Robot Redemption Force, or something like that, where they're like, we're gonna end robot human tyranny over robots, but they're like comically like a joke. Like they're like Team Skull if they were trying to rescue robots from people. Like they can't do anything right.
Yeah.
It's
be
great.
quite the vibe.
There is only one human
God, I wouldn't have remembered that if I didn't watch the movie like last week. It's so funny. You got to go watch this movie on Netflix if you have a Netflix account. It's so good. It doesn't
Oh my
follow
God,
this
it's that
plot
guy.
at all. The only characters that stay between the movies are Astro, Henma, and O'Shea. Those are the only characters that are in the movie. Except O'Shea is called Elephant for some reason.
With you as king.
Oh, so
Oh,
he
yeah, the
still
rocket
just
ship
wants
blew
us
him
to be
up.
the Robot King.
Oh, so Shadow is like an AI made by Tenma to make sure his desires are fulfilled. So it's literally Scarlet and Violet with the Professor.
Weak to be king. I shall be the leader.
Whoa, like, whoa.
Scarlet and Violet
You're right.
stole my plot.
I shall
SMH.
destroy the earth and all those.
Next thing you know, he's gonna use the time machine to bring back robots from the future and distant past.
So is he using the right pointy end?
Yeah, because that has 4 pointy ends in the front, and the one has 3, so it's actually like 7 pointy ends. It is also accelerating towards the Earth plus gravity, so that's probably not going to take too much time to get to the ground, right?
That's my last match of the game, thank God. Alright, so we gotta destroy the parts of the ship that are obviously important, like the little rockets here. We're basically just gonna be
Thrusters.
destroying the thrusters, because nothing else affects the health bar at the bottom. But I don't want to move too fast, because the problem I've been having on my recent runs is that I run out of energy. I don't have any left whenever I get
You don't
down to the wire.
don't have any ATB left.
So I could probably use a little bit more time, like just advancing towards the rocket and then figuring out where I'm going to shoot. Like, I'm not on too much of a time crunch because I'm really only limited by my amount of energy to use arm cannon. So I can spend more time dodging and making sure I don't get hit and whatnot, making sure I'm in the right spot. I hate when that happens. Making sure my shots are lined up, because that thing got in front of it and I didn't actually hit the thruster. Once again, I'm having to control 3 dimensions with 1 stick, and it's brilliant. And I'm trying to force the game to target what I want. There's no target switch. I have to just untarget and retarget and hope I get what I want.
It's like, this looks close enough.
This thruster has... Oh, I need to make sure I don't die. I was like, are those things blowing up? Yeah, they're starting to beep, 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 beep really loud. And they're approaching me and they're going to blow up. I wasn't ready for that. If I die, I have to restart the whole thing, by the way.
No,
did
I
not
believe
want
in
that.
you.
I have not died once today, so that'd be kind of embarrassing. Of the 4 times I've done this fight, I have not died a single time. So now that we're out of thrusters, I think. We might not be. I think we are. I have to now attack the center
Ooh.
of this thing with just my manual aiming.
And there it is.
Well, that's that's never happened to me before today. That's okay.
Thank you for throwing it for content.
That was a warm up.
I appreciate it. Extending the life of the show a little bit.
I wanted to make sure we showed off the death because I hadn't died yet, and the developers worked really hard on every aspect of this game, including what happens when you die. Yeah, I really do have all the time in the world to make sure I don't get hit, so I probably should invest in that. More light Paul content, I wish. Yeah, we're still well under estimate, so we're fine. Yeah, so the worst run I had today before this, well, maybe, I don't even know if this is the worst one, but the worst time I had today was a 140, so I was like, we're probably getting here on time.
Yeah, you are in good shape. Don't worry.
All right, so time's going to end when the game fades to white after the rocket's blown up. when we get back towards that point eventually. Well, that's my first hit, so I'm doing a lot better than I was. I pretty much have to make sure that my orange meter doesn't ever top off, because that means I'm not using my energy efficiently. But now I have time to kind of move and groove and make sure these little bomb things don't get me.
Little snake bomb-ons or
Little bomb
whatever.
snakes. Little beepers. Yeah, the orange energy bar like gradually fills up. They all just missed. Like I didn't even move. Cool. But yeah. There's plenty of time to make sure I don't get hit. I probably should have utilized that time rather than showing off how fast I can hit the boss that many times. Look at how many times I can hit the boss and how many times the boss can hit me. You want to see me take a ton of damage real quick? Alright. Now we're at the same spot we were with almost a full health bar this time. I feel like a lot of those things actually like double or triple hit me, so it was like not entirely my fault, but whatever. Yeah, there's nothing left to target now. There's these things kind of like ringing around the area I'm shooting, but those don't affect the health bar. Those are just the things these snakes are coming out of, so I want to directly affect the rocket's health bar. I want to have to blow those up. The problem is the only way I can see where I'm targeting is this really faint red line that blends into the fire. And I can barely see it. And it should be the last hit. If I don't skill issue this. I skill issued it. I need to get into a spot where I can see the red line where it starts. Okay. Alright, that's it. And time.
Woo! Very well done.
And that's it. And that's Astro Boy. There's a little bit of ending cinematic here.
Why do you fight your own kind? To protect humans?
Kind of wholesome.
Because I believe that humans and robots can live together in peace.
Well said, Astro. Well said. When the camera zoomed out there, I was kind of in my heart expecting like a kill like the Blue Knight got like from the rocket, because it did like the same pan out that the Blue Knight got before he got shot in the back by the rocket. Imagine that's how the game ends, because Astro gets just
Yeah.
This is what you get for your troubles. I saved Earth.
This is like Scarlet and Violet. He does like just evaporate into the time machine portal or rocket explosion. It's the same deal.
Yeah, pretty far underestimate.
Yep, you did quite well. We had a 143.11 on our.
Pretty good.
Yeah, not bad. Well,
I lost 3 minutes on that rocket.
well, yeah. I mean, like the part of it
That's
was
fine.
you got so close to the end and then boop. You know that happens. Well,
I mean,
that
that
was
would have been a 140 without the death, though.
Yeah, for easily. Yeah. I think right when you said it, I was like, oh, yeah, you would have been right there. Well, that was awesome. I now want to watch Astro Boy since I've now seen this incredible gameplay. So your influencing has worked. Any other plugs, shout outs, things you want to let the people know of before we get set up for our next show?
Most of what I've been doing on my stream is I've been grinding extremely hard to be the first person to catch every Pokemon in Legends Arceus in under 8 hours. I'm the closest to it, and I'm gonna get it one of these days, but it's quite a grind. And it's such a fun category to watch. So if you want to watch Catch 'em All in Legends Arceus, and however much time you have, you should check me out, twitch.tv/Halcree.
Yeah, I was trying to catch maybe an hour or two of that. Meanwhile, I have a 919 in that same category, so that should tell you just how good Halcree is, because he's an
my
hour
current PB
faster
is an
than me.
8:15. I'm close.
And if you want to hit me up, I've been doing a lot of Let's Go content. I actually just got the Diploma World Record this past weekend, and I'm still pushing for sub 3 in the No Mount Skips category. But yeah, I do a ton of Pokemon speedrun, as does Hulk. I'm gonna coach Hulk soon, and hopefully you'll coach me in Legends Arceus as well.
I'd love to.
Oh, I love that. I love people working together on speedruns. That makes the heart happy. So thank you both for being here. Want to remind everyone as well, just before we head out, that GDQX is returning to TwitchCon 2023 from October 20th through the 22nd. If you're interested, speedrun submissions are open now through 11:59 p.m. Eastern on August 27th, and you can find where to submit at gdqx.gamesdonequick.com. Runners who are accepted will receive a TwitchCon badge and the opportunity to showcase their speedruns on the GDQ stage at TwitchCon. If you're interested, you can type in !GDQX in the chat for some more information. But yep, thank you both so much for being here. Astro Boy was an absolute delight, and as was Blaster Master 2 at the start of our episode. I hope everyone out there enjoyed our awfully blasty episode. We are going to be taking a break from Awfully Silly in 2 weeks because, for a very good reason, I promise, I'm getting married. So I will be on the 1st. We'll be getting married, and I won't be home yet. So we won't be doing an episode of that. But we will see you. When would that be? That would be the 18th of September. Will be our next episode, and we'll have something delightful for you, I'm sure. But for now, you're not going to want to go anywhere because we have more Hotfix content coming right after this. We have Out of Bounds, as usual, with our good pal Kung Fu Fruit Cup, which is a show, if you haven't seen it yet, about glitches and how they work in games. Today, we are featuring the Minish Cap, Legend of Zelda: The Minish Cap. So you are going to want to check that out, so stay tuned. But for now, thank you so much, and we will see you all in 4 weeks, I guess, as opposed to 2. Bye-bye, everyone.